Back again on Tiger Pregame, joined by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice. And Coach, another 40-plus point performance. You could get used to this kind of stuff, right?
Tell you what, that takes the stress level off pretty well when we come out and play well early. So, it's been nice. Our guys have come out and focused real well, and to do that on the road too is just a credit, to our leadership and the guys being ready to go.
And doing it on both sides of the football, you're forcing turnovers and then you're cashing in. It happened again early at Chapman, almost like it did at Abilene.
Yeah, I thought our guys did a great job responding. We had that turnover on our first drive, and to be able to overcome some adversity, and I think they ran 2, maybe 3 plays, and to be able to force the turnover and get it right back, and that was a big momentum change right there.
Let's talk about your offense real quickly. The electric company, we've named that offensive line, putting a charge in your offense, and I'm telling you, they're doing it. You have had this scheme, your guys have learned this scheme, you've punched it in their heads what they can do with this scheme. To see it pay off has got to feel really, really good.
It is, and I think it's a credit to our team mentality that, our guys aren't really wrapped up into, who's the stat guy and all those things. And, we talk a lot about it. It's not about me. It's about what can I contribute to the team. And, we've got a bunch of guys just willing to go out there and execute. And we have some guys that are really skilled. And to be skilled doesn't have to mean you're carrying or catching a football, but, you're doing the details of your position.
How about 3 different quarterbacks, a freshman, a sophomore, and a senior, getting into the end zone? I bring that up because the last 2 games, you've gotten some guys on the field on a Friday night in big-time league games and now a district game, and they've responded, and they look more comfortable last week than they did at Abilene. That should be the case, right?
Yeah, I was real pleased with that, and it's important we continue to build depth, and especially where we're so senior dominant on Friday nights. We were able to play even through the first half. A lot of guys threw in some rotation, and then with that lead, I think it's important on how you handle that. We've been on both ends of that, but I think you want to be a class act with it, and we decided to basically pull Peyton out of the game, and part of that too is getting other guys those key snaps.
The Tigers on the defensive side of the football, as we mentioned, forcing turnovers, but also really, I think, doing a great job, and I'm sure there's breakdowns because that's what coaches have to find, but just first look live, staying assignment sound. I know that they knew the offense very well because they run the same thing you guys run, but sometimes when you know that much about it, you can kind of do a lot of guesswork. It seemed like you guys go hard, and that's what you want, but they also are in control, I guess.
Yeah, and I think part of that is being sound, and it was an interesting week to, we did a lot of practice group and team sessions against ourselves, and it was interesting seeing all the details of the flex bone, and a couple of our guys, they're like, man, I hate going against this, and, when you get that triple option and all the tweaks and the blocking and the things that can come with it. And I thought especially at outside linebacker, for us to be able to stay one high against that was really a credit to how well Anthony and Wyatt both played on the edge.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree completely. Let's talk about this game this week against the Rock Creek Mustangs. Completely different look than what you guys run.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Coach Beam's done a great job. They're a traditional powerhouse over there. Their scheme is different. Their offense is about getting movement up front, creating seams and alleys, and they've got a couple runners that are really good at cutback runs. So we've really stressed all week the run fits and the importance of how that's got to happen.
I talked with a couple of guys, Wyatt Alexander and Jonathan Kramer-Rainbold, on the locker room show, and I mentioned the league title, sharing it with Marysville. They didn't even want to talk about that. They wanted to talk about week 2 of district play. It's a good mindset, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think these guys have handled that well. Nick Saban, I'm not a Bama fan, but, he talks about the process, and that's just focus on what's right in front of you, get better at the next drill, get better in the next practice, and keep that mentality, and we'll have all winter to look back and feel good about some things that we did, but let's get ready for today. Let's be prepared for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, the focus has been there. Let's keep it going tonight, Coach.
All right, thanks a lot.
Back with more on pregame in just a moment.
As a third-generation seed company, Oldie Seed has pioneered the development of soil-specific hybrids that thrive in your soils. Our Know to Grow research program is the largest in the Midwest and utilizes advanced technologies including Enlist, Extend, and Liberty Link soybeans. Oldie's research program delivers top yields while helping you win the war on resistant weeds. This season, don't settle for anything less than a soil-specific seed from Oldie Seed.
Here's a tech tip from Blue Valley Telecommunications. Do you know what bandwidth is, or megabytes? Bandwidth is the amount of information your internet connection can move. It's described in megabytes or megs. How much bandwidth you need depends upon how many devices you have and what you're going to use your internet for. Your bandwidth speed is split when it enters into your house. If you have only a 5 meg connection with 5 users, each user could end up getting only 1 meg, which can cause things to load really slowly. If you have questions about your speed, give us a call, 877-876-1228.
Fellow Clay Centerites, the Union State Bank sign is fixed. Downtown Clay Center can continue as normal. It's these time-old traditions like Union State Bank clock that we rely on. Just like we've relied on Union State Bank for the last 116 years to always be the pillar of downtown Clay Center. Isn't it nice you can count on the same bank name, the same faces at your local bank? Union State Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Aaron Proctor, Director of Physical Therapy at Clay County Medical Center. When you visit us, we'll take the time to do a complete evaluation and develop a customized treatment plan designed to improve your function so you can live the way you want to. We're fully equipped and continually advancing the skills of our staff to help you reach your goals. Please call our office at 785-630-2455 to find out what we can do for you.
And welcome to a Football Friday. Rocky Downing along with our studio engineer, Bernie Fancello. We have Zach Elzinga, Z-Dog with the stats tonight. We have Chet Carlson back in the booth. Randy, good to have you back. I know you had a big celebration with family last week. Myron stepped in admirably, as always, and they got us a win at Chapman. Now it's a big-time game tonight as the Clay Center Tigers take on the Rock Creek Mustangs. Always an odd team to play, and I mean that with much respect. Because they do some really different things offensively in particular.
Yeah, I mean, we could go back over the last 23 years and we have a lot of Rock Creek stories. And, you know, as we talk about that, what they present to us is a tough matchup. Excuse me. It doesn't matter whether they have an amazing team with no losses or a team with a few losses or whatever the case is. They are always a tough matchup athletically on the field. Part of it is because they always have big athletes. Part of it is because of the system that they run here. And it's unlike what we go against the other 8 games of the season.
Yeah, Mike B makes it a very tradition-rich program. And that whole, Mike Hayes, we can call him out. It's fair enough. He drew up a wing-buster defense against this team. And, Zach, I know you played on that team. It's a weird thing to try to go attack, isn't it?
It's definitely weird to learn a completely different new defense for this week, but Hayes definitely knew what he had going.
And I think he set a tone for people in the future. And tonight we may see Peyton Lane playing a middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Now that sounds odd, but in this offense that Rock Creek runs, you have to bring a lot of people up around the line of scrimmage, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, Coach Mike Beam has been here quite a while, and he's been running the system for a while. And they have it to where they've developed it down through 4th grade, and so they bring it up through. And we talk about you could fit everybody in the box, and we talk about you could fit them in a Suburban. Well, you have to adapt your defense, and Mike Hayes years ago did a great job at coming up with that wing buster, and we were even able. It wasn't so complicated. We could teach it to the kids, the 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Now they had to be assignment tough. But he figured out the holes in that system. But if you don't do that, they're going to run over you.
On the other side of things, the Clay Center Tigers have set up this flex bone.
Yes.
And they're running it really, really well. And people are trying to figure it out as well. Here's a Levi Fitzemeyer tasty pacer kickoff. It's going to be taken back at the 15-yard line, taken out across the 25, and that's where Rock Creek will take over the football.
Good return for Rock Creek. They have a decent start on the field there. Clay Center kicked off to start the game. As we were talking about everything with the Rock Creek offense and what they've been bringing all these years. And, this is it's a very interesting matchup. I mean, all white, Clay Center, all black, Rock Creek, but we have been on this field I don't know how many times over the last couple of decades, and I'm looking forward to a great game tonight.
And again, they load up the offensive line. Now they hand off underneath, and it's going to be a carry across the line of scrimmage, a short yardage play, gain of about 3, actually maybe 2, second down and 8 on the first carry for the Rock Creek Mustangs. Here's what Clay Center brings out defensively. They will up front have Kevin Ware, Holden Heigl. They've been so good this year, defensive ends. Garrett Craig, Cody Carlson inside. You throw in Jonathan Rainbolt, Logan McDonald. There's a whole cast of characters. Anthony Atkinson, Inniking, Wyatt Alexander. They were so good last week against the flex bone, the Tigers run, and they took them on last week. Here's a carry again up the middle by the quarterback this time. It's a short yardage play by the Rock Creek Mustangs. That carry taken by Rock Creek's, is that Charlie Killingsworth? We've had a series of quarterbacks for Rock Creek. We were trying to look at numbers coming in. We didn't get a depth chart, but they had Ringer, who is injured. He's not dressed.
Yeah, the senior quarterback is in jeans.
Vetter, who is a tremendous sophomore. He'll play everywhere. And now there's a counter play inside, and now the release tackle is going to be made by Caleb Minden, but there's Tabor Vetter we just talked about. A very athletic sophomore who can play about anywhere on the field. Quarterback, he throws the ball sometimes, he catches it, he receives it, and he will also run it. And that time he took it for a 1st and 10 for Rock Creek.
Yeah, and what you have to do against any offense like this, you can't worry about trying to watch where the ball is. You have to play your assignment. And, you know, every guy on that field defensively has an assignment. They have to stay true.
Killingsworth works the left side, keeps it himself, and he has stood up and stood back. That is a freshman, by the way, Killingsworth, for the Rock Creek Mustangs, and he gets nothing, maybe loses a yard. Now they call it right at the line of scrimmage, second down and 10.
Well, we didn't get a lot of information on the Rock Creek roster, as you said, but the senior quarterback had 6 games. And then we have 3 more quarterbacks in there with stats, you know, for the last game. So they're trying to shuffle around here. They had some good stats out of their sophomore quarterback, and now running a freshman.
Well, I don't think they wanted Vetter to be their quarterback.
Right.
So they put him in different places. They found a freshman that can hand it off or throw it when needs to. Here's a handoff again. This is Vetter, picked up by the Ant-Man, Anthony Atkinson Inniking. Short yardage play. It's 3rd down and long on the second down carry.
Tell you what, there's 11 men on the field defensively for the Tigers. 6 of them were on that tackle.
Yeah. The dangerous thing is they have some passing success. It's limited, but when they pass it, they almost score every time.
Yeah.
So you load it up, and then they bounce one outside somewhere or down the field, and that's the thing the Tigers have to be aware of.
Well, and another thing, statistically, for this many games into the season, they've only fumbled the ball twice, right? They lost them both, but only 2 fumbles in, 7 games?
That's an odd number through this many games. 9 minutes left, first quarter, no score. Rock Creek 3rd down 9 as they line up from the shotgun once again. And a pitch to Vetter, and he is met in the backfield. The end man, Anthony Atkinson Inniking, drops him for a 5-yard loss. It's 4th down and 15. Big time play for the Tigers, and truly, I think that was going to be an option pass. And Ant met him in the backfield as he caught the pitch. And Vetter is tackled 5 yards deep.
Exactly. And, you know, that's the kind of defensive penetration and intensity and tenacity that you have to bring. And Ant-Man brought tenacity.
The punter is Martin, who is also one of their receivers and running backs, and he's in trouble in the backfield. He's brought down and almost got him again. Now he is driven out of bounds by Garrett Hollywood Craig. Gavin Ware, the beast, in there as well. And this will be Clay Center with a short field ahead. After the snap was caught, Ant was right in Martin's face. He had nowhere to go. He tried to scramble, and the Tigers ate it up.
I tell you what, Rock Creek started with the ball on the 25-yard line. They moved the chains once. They picked up a 1st down. They gained a little bit of yardage. Now Clay Center's taking over after that big loss on that play. We have the ball on the 34-yard line.
Ant wide right. Connor Last, boomer to the left side. Peyton Lane goes under center. Mendham in motion. Now we'll come back to set up the offense as the Tigers look to the sideline for the call. Peyton Lane, 145 yards on the ground last week, 60 yards through the air as the Tigers racked it up for the second week in a row last week against Chapman. Here's Lane underneath. He's going to keep it himself outside right to the 20, to the 15, breaking away, and he just gets caught at the last second. He was about to go free. He takes it down to the 4-yard line. First and goal, Tigers, as they attack early.
I think he thought he was going to make the end zone. I think we thought he was going to make the end zone. It was borderline. It was not a horse collar, but it was almost like he got jerked down from up high and kind of behind. But he saw a lot of open field. He made a good read. Tigers on the move.
Actually, they mark him down at the 12-yard line, excuse me. There is a call underneath to Levi Fitzimar, and the big bull takes it down near the 5. They'll mark him down at the 6. It'll be second down and about 4 or 5 yards to go. The first down marker is just at the 3-yard line of Rock Creek. 7:35 to work for a play.
Right. Tigers can pick up a first down without getting in the end zone, but I do not think they will. I'm confident.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Let's call it a 5-yard gain for Levi Fitzimar. Handoff left side. The bull again. He tugs his way near the goal line, almost into the goal line. No, they call him down. It'll be first and goal at about the 1-yard line.
I thought we'd get into the end zone without picking up another set of downs, but we have 4 more downs, and we're inside the call it 1.
Yeah, going quick. Peyton Lane takes him into the center. Tight formation. And they go quick snap and to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown, Clay Center Tigers. Peyton Lane takes it in. He had 4 first-half touchdowns last week. He knocks his first one through early tonight.
I tell you what, this drive was really started with that big run by Peyton on first down. We're going quick again on the extra point here. I got to give it back to you.
7:10 to work, first quarter. Tigers up 6-0, going for the 2-point conversion. Lane under center. Wyndham in motion. He rolls right. Lane keeps it himself. Now staggers forward and touchdown. 2-point conversion. Tigers, they go up 8-0 early. How about a start to a game? You get an odd snap on the punt by Rock Creek. The Tigers, Anthony Atkinson, anything huge on the defensive front. And then, 4 plays later, they go in?
Yeah. Everything was positive yardage on every play. Now, the big one was on first down. Peyton made a great read, picked up a lot of yards, moved it down to the 12-yard line, as you said. And then 3 more plays later, we're in the end zone. 7:10 to go. Quick score, 8-0.
Tigers up 8-0. We'll get the Tigers kicking back off again when we come back.
In this risky market, does your farm have the protection it needs? Farmers Union Insurance is committed to providing our farm families with complete insurance solutions for every operation, large or small. We have products to cover everything from crops to combines, homes to barns, autos to auto steer and your tractors. Our products will help manage your risk and keep you protected from the unknown. Give me, Jim Gearhan, a call at 632-3264 or stop by our office at 426 Lincoln Avenue in downtown Clay Center. We are proud to support the Tiger Athletics.
Tiger D sets up a short field, and the Tigers take advantage. Go in 4 plays, 34 yards. Z, that's a pretty good little start to the ball game. When you say
it was a nice, electrifying 23-yard run for first play. It's pretty nice.
And then from there on out, Levi and Peyton take care of the rest, and the Tigers up 8-0. Chet, major order, right?
Yeah, and field position is what that was all about, and the Tigers can make a big difference on that in the first half of this game.
Here's the kickoff for Levi Fitzenmeyer, taken out across the 25 and near the 30. That's called 27, where Rock Creek will take over offensively, but the Tigers up 8-0. Remember, district play for the Tigers tonight. They're 1-0. Smoky Valley taking on Chapman, and then next week the senior night for the Tigers at home, and hopefully not the last home game. If they win next week after tonight, got to get through the night, but if they win next week, they have a chance to host a postseason game.
Yeah, there's a lot of Friday night left tonight, but I like the way it started. I like the way it started defensively. I like the way it started offensively.
Here's Rock Creek. It'll be a handoff left side, Martin to carry, and it's going to be Dylan Moon and company meeting at the line of scrimmage. But I tell you what, the Tigers, they got a good game plan. Peyton Lane was right up there. He's a middle linebacker. It does look odd to not have the cornerbacks and safeties normally back.
Right.
But against this offense, you have to come up and meet them at the line of scrimmage.
Well, you do, and he's athletic enough. He can read his keys. See, he has to be able to react on the rare chance that they're going to spring somebody downfield. And, he has to read his keys and be able to do that. But otherwise, we're up there in a pretty committed defense.
And off right side, and it will be the quarterback. Oh, my goodness, what a hit inside. That is the beast, Gavin Ware, who says, hey, freshman, welcome to the district play of the NCKL.
I want you to picture that. People at home, I want you to picture this. Like two people meet, and then one person drives the other one 5 yards backwards. But it all happened in fast motion. That was Gavin Ware driving him back.
It was fun to see the Tigers' other 10 on the field all celebrating because they saw this happen. Gavin Ware, the beast, makes that hit. Mark that down for a potential hit of the game already. Now rolling right to pass and slipping in the backfield, falling down. Garrett Craig and Jonathan Kramer Rainbow there, but the quarterback, the freshman, just slipped his feet out from underneath of him. It's 4th down and 12.
Over the years, we've seen Rock Creek throw a variety of different pass packages out of this kind of single wing type offense. And with that said, this time they were rolling right. It was almost like a play action, but he was rolling right. He went to plant that foot to throw, and his legs just went out from under him.
Martin, the punter, last time had to try to scramble. Now he floats one left. It will bounce near the sideline, and out of bounds. The Tigers take over their own 47-yard line is where they mark it down. Now, win tonight, Martin's punting right into the teeth of this junk.
Yeah.
It is a nasty night out as far as wind. Otherwise, it's a perfect night for football.
Well, it's beautiful if you're not looking at the wind. You can't see wind, but you can see what wind is doing to things. But the wind is 25 mile an hour out there, and it's strong out of the south.
Tigers take over at their own 47-yard line. 5:09 to work first quarter. They lead at 8-0. Peyton Lane sends Ant wide right, tight on the left side. They will work underneath. Lane keeps it and is caught right around the line of scrimmage. Good tackle made by it's better. He made the tackle. No, Tucker Gertz made the tackle near the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1, 2nd down 9.
They had the Tigers' number on that play. That's the first stop they've really made on the Tigers in this game.
2nd down 9. Tigers took 4 plays after a short field to take it in for their opening score. Peyton Lane scoring it. Lane going in under center. He has, again, Atkinson indicating to the right side. Lane under center. He will work it right side. Hands off underneath. Levi Fitzenmeyer, and not much there. Rock Creek reads it nicely and really stands up the big bull. Although a gain of 2, but 3rd down 7.
Right, and on 1st down, I said the first stop of Rock Creek, Lane did gain 1. It didn't look like he did. Now we've gained 2. Now it's 3rd and 7. Tigers might have to kind of increase the size of the field here coming up.
4:04 to work, first quarter. Tigers lead it 8-0. Lane under center. Left side, handoff. Levi Fitzenmeyer takes it to the Rock Creek 45-yard line. It's going to be about 3 yards shy, maybe 4 yards shy of the first down mark.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting call for the Tigers here. I don't think they want to punt. The wind's behind them. It'd be hard to keep it out of the end zone. But the line of scrimmage is just short of it's about the 45.5-yard.
4th down 3. They line up to go for it. 3:32 to work, opening quarter. Tigers up 8-0. 4th and 3 at the Rock Creek 47. Underneath handoff, Levi Fitzenmeyer, and that is a big-time carry inside the 40. It'll be 1st and 10.
Whisker. That was a whisker from being 6 points.
Yeah,
long and green. The last guy that could possibly trip him up did. I like the Tigers' pace. They are getting on the line of scrimmage and ready to run a play quickly.
3:15 to work, first quarter. Tigers up 8-0. Again, the 1st and 10 at the Rock Creek 40-yard line.
Here we go.
Lane back to pass, right side, looking down the field. Wanted Caleb Mindham. It's overthrown and incomplete. Well covered as well by Rock Creek.
We have a group of quarterbacks this year that it's kind of interesting. They have strong arms, and I wouldn't guess any of them to have. They can just flick it and throw it on the money a long way downfield. We maybe need to throw against the wind with these guys. he's got that big Gale behind him. He overthrew him a little bit.
Peyton Lane going under center. He has Ant to the left, Last to the right. Levi Fitzenmeyer behind him. Tiger offensive line, the electric company, ready to go. Lane, left side, handoff. Levi Fitzenmeyer, short yardage play. A gain of maybe 2. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Tigers at the Rock Creek 48-yard line.
If the attitude of this game maintains throughout the entire game, if it stays the same type of game, is what I mean, it's going to be down to who is in the best shape, because it's all smash mouth football right in the middle of the field.
2:34 left first quarter. Tigers up 8-0. Short side right is the Ant-Man. Tight left, Wyatt Alexander. Lane under center. And he's going to keep it. Gets by one tackler, breaks another, and gets him close enough, Chet, probably to go for it again, I would guess.
I would think so. And see, he got another yard, maybe yard and a half, by rolling over the top of his tackler. You know, his body didn't touch the ground. Nothing with him, or his knee, nothing touched the ground. The tackler, as he swung him down, he went underneath him and swung him forward, and Peyton got another yard and a half on the tackle.
And wide right. The animal, Wyatt Alexander, tight left. 4th down 2. In motion goes Siebold. Lane keeps it, spins, leans, and falls forward. 1st and 10 Tigers. They'll move the chains again for the second time on 4th down.
Now, I'm amazed that it didn't go to the running back, first of all.
Right.
But it was a great read by Peyton, and then he did a good job of just his physicality, breaking that tackle and the will to get the first down, and then he got a much more than the first.
Alexander again tight left, Ant wide to the right side. Levi, the lone back behind Peyton Lane. The wing backs are Gavin Siebold and Caleb Minden. Lane under center, 1st and 10. Right side, pitch out right. Siebold, he's got some room. A great block from Minden. Takes it down inside the 20, near the first down marker, maybe just short, but 2nd down and short at worst. And the ball hawk with the pitch that time from Peyton Lane, and normally he's blocking for Caleb Minden. This time, tough as leather, repaid the favor.
Love seeing that play. You know, he's been coming from the left side of that wing back all night long. That time he actually got the pitch. Big gain, 8-9 yards.
2nd down short, quarterback keep through the middle. Peyton Lane, 1st down and much more. He takes it near the 10. It'll be 1st and 10 Tigers. They lead it 8-0 with 38 seconds to work here in this opening quarter, and the Tigers out early.
I think so. I think they're just inside the 10, which is the longest goal to go you can possibly have. Well, no, they're going to drop
1st and goal right at the 10-yard line.
Going to drop the chain.
Short side right, Atkinson Iniking. Lane, left side handoff. No, he keeps it. Now breaks the tackle, then runs through a would-be tackler down near the 5. Actually ends up at the 3.
Yeah.
It's 2nd down and goal. That may be the last play of the first quarter.
What you just said was so true, because contact with the tackler was made at the 5, got him down inside the 3. It was another one of those rollover tackles.
Now 8.4 to work, and there's a timeout on the field taken by who? The Tigers. They lead 8-0. 2nd down and goal at the 2. 8.4 seconds left first quarter. Timeout taken. We're back in a moment.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hasselmack, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
Central Valley Ag suggests before you put your next crop in the ground, put the full precision ag package to work for you. Field Reveal, a powerful, innovative software platform combined with the 4-step Central Valley Ag Advanced Profit System. You and your CVA field sales agronomist will put together seed selections, then use season-long field management to maximize your yield and profit. Get in touch with your nearest Central Valley Ag branch or go to cvacoop.com. Learn all about Field Reveal before you make plans for the next growing season.
You know that 8.4 seconds left. We're in the opening quarter. Tigers up 8-0. About to knock on the door again. Second down goal at the 2. Lane under center. He will hand it on. No, he's going to keep it, and he gets near the goal line. No signal yet. And they'll serve down goal, and that's going to end this opening quarter. Tigers up 8-0. They'll have third and goal inside the 1 when we come back.
The standards for Ray's Apple Market's new certified Angus beef brand are more selective than USDA Prime, Choice, and Select. Their certified Angus brand has to meet 10 exacting standards for marbling, tenderness, juiciness, and flavor. The best meals are made with the very best beef, and the certified Angus beef brand has formed a network of ranchers to ensure the highest quality required. Ray's Apple Market is excited to offer the best brand of certified Angus beef.
From our family ranchers to your family table.
As a farmer, every season brings with it a number of decisions to make. Right now, you're deciding what variety of wheat seed to buy and how many acres to plant. At Wilbur Ellis, we have the information you need on the latest seed technology, plant nutrition, and protection. We have wheat seed and cover crop seed with the right traits and genetics, along with multiple ways to apply them. Let us also supply your starter fertilizer and nitrogen. We're Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed.
Tigers lead here 8-0. 12 minutes left first half. We just go to the second quarter as the Tigers face third down and short, third down and goal inside the 1 yard line. Lane lines them up. Tight formation. Lane, quarterback Keith, pushing forward. Touchdown Tigers. Touchdown. Place it or Tigers. Peyton Lane in for the second time. First half, it is a 14-0 start for the Tigers.
It was a good start by the Tigers. I was watching Ant-Man out there. He was split. I mean, we had a tight formation for 10 guys.
Right.
Ant was as wide as you could possibly be on the field there. And then as soon as the play was over, the official was talking to him about something for several seconds. Who knows with Ant?
Tigers line up for the 2-point conversion. Cooper Glavin under center. Pitch out left. Caleb Mendham. Stagger stepping in. Shoots forward. Near the goal line, yes! Tough as leather. Caleb Mendham puts it in. 16-0. Tigers lead it. 11:56 to work. First half just underway. Second quarter. Tigers up 16-0 here at Rock Creek.
Are you looking for great pay, consistent work, steady miles, quality time with your family? Then look no further. These are just a few reasons to contact TSI Kansas Incorporated. Add paid health and dental insurance, 401k, vacation and paid holidays, and you can have a great career with TSI Kansas. If you're a qualified truck driver with a Class A CDL and a minimum of 2 years over-the-road experience, we encourage you to apply at TSI Kansas Incorporated. Full and part-time over-the-road positions are available.
Come to Robbins Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat for their summer clearance event going on now. Test drive a new 2017 Ram truck, the longest-lasting truck in America, now priced to move with deep summer discounts in 0% for 72 months. Now is the time to buy. See the complete inventory online at robbinsmotors.com or stop by and see them on West Anderson in Manhattan. Robbins Motor Company is a proud supporter of Tiger football.
Tigers lead early, a 16-0 advantage as they have been able to take advantage of field position and then just a good drive and really dominating early in this football game. Zach, give us some numbers for the Tigers here early in this ball game.
So far, the Tigers, they've got 86 yards of total offense, 54 for Peyton and 23 for Levi. Rock Creek was held to 0 total yards that first quarter.
Wow. Impressive first quarter of play. Now they get a good return and across the 30, near the 35. Ball comes loose. Tigers act like they may have it. And no signal. They will say, boy, the Tigers thought they had that football. They have not signaled by the officials yet. There we go. Tigers football. They do get the turnover. It came loose. The Tigers immediately said, our football. The officials didn't say much, and they huddled up and said, Tigers have it again.
That was an odd call. It was odd the way it came about. I think it was the right call. It was odd the way it came about, but we got the ball. I was getting ready to say at the 34-yard line, that's about the best field position for Rock Creek. The Tigers taking over. You know, we are living on this end of the field. We're living on the Rock Creek end of the field. on both offense and defense. If you do that all game long, you're going to be okay.
Yeah, things are good right there. I did not see who hit the ball loose, if it did come loose on the hit, or who recovered, because I didn't think it was loose. Then I saw the Tigers react, and obviously they knew they had the football. Here's Peyton Lane under center. Right side handoff, Levi Fitzenmeyer. Not much there, although he gets maybe 2 or 3, 4 yards on that first down carry. It'll be second down.
That's the thing about tonight's game. It's been weird for both you and I. We think they have a stop. It's a 1 or 2 yard game. We think it's not much. It's 4,
Yeah.
And that's the hard driving running of both Peyton Lane and Levi Fitzmeyer and Seabold tonight.
Early leader for stat of the game, in my opinion, 0 yards first quarter for Rock Creek. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Here's Levi Fitzmeyer, the big bull. May have picked up first down yardage. Again, he was hit about 2 yards into the run, then leaned, then rolled, and fell across a guy, then pushed forward. It's 3rd and 1, but that looked like a short yardage play.
And that's just become so commonplace for us. We've been watching him run this way for so long, before his senior year.
No, that's a great point, Jed. He just kind of makes things happen. He's become a better runner.
Yeah.
But he always finishes runs. And there he is again, falling forward, and Levi Fitzenmeyer, the big bull, puts it ahead enough for a first down.
Yeah, that one's going to move the chain.
I'm going to...
No.
They called him short?
They're flipping the 4th.
Wow.
They're going to look and they're going to measure.
They'll bring the chains out. I'm going to go ahead and throw this out. 0 yards in a quarter rarely happen.
Rack it up.
Would you say Midwest Products stat of the game?
Absolutely.
I think that's amazing stat. Z, you agree?
Yeah, that's a good stat.
That's a gold medal hung around the neck of the defense.
Yeah. I mean, that's an odd stat.
Yeah, first 6 minutes of offense and you have 0 yards.
That last play where they lost yardage on the punt, and they lost yardage on the last play from scrimmage. Those were big, but still, 0 yards.
But their time of possession was 50-50 through that first quarter, 6 minutes for each, and they had 0 yards.
That's a great stat. Midwest Products stat of the game, 0 first quarter yards for the Rock Creek Mustangs.
We got the first down.
Good call, Z. First down 10 here for the Tigers, and they did. We called it up here.
Yeah.
They should just ask us, right?
Yeah.
Or not. First and 10, Peyton Lane goes under center. Short left is Atkinson Inniking. Short right is Connor Lath. And Peyton Lane's going to keep it. Not much there. Maybe gets a yard. Second down 9. Bottled up by the Rock Creek Mustangs on that carry. So second down and 9. They call it no gain. Second and 10, actually. Football is at the Rock Creek 24. Tigers up 16-0. 9:45 to work here in the opening quarter. So second down 10. Lane under center. He will turn right, hand off. Levi Fitzenmeyer. Pretty good yardage this time, and then he carries the pile down inside the 20, and that'll bring up third down and short. I want to correct, I said Peyton Lane had the touchdown the second. When he had the first one, that was Cooper Glavin took the second touchdown in, so appreciate the update and the correction from whoever that was listening.
Well, and
let us
what we've done is we've started where we left off last week with quarterbacks racking up all these touchdowns.
No kidding. 3 QBs scored last week. A freshman, a sophomore, and, of course, Peyton Lane, the senior, had 4 first-half touchdowns. Third and short, Lane's going to keep it left. He's got some room, then bounces off a tackler inside the 15. Should be first and 10 yardage for the Tigers. We'll see what the mark comes there. And they say fourth down. Man, that looked like it. No, now they were the chase.
There you go.
So first and 10 Tigers inside the 15-yard line. Mendham, Seabold, the wingbacks. Spitzenmeyer, the lone back behind Peyton Lane. Ant, wide right, tight left is Alexander. Rolling right to pass is Lane. Down to the goal line, and catch is made. Touchdown, Tigers. The Ant-Man from Big Play Lane. Atkinson Inniking rolls it in with a defender right on him. But Ant, great hands. It is now 22-0.
Well, Another thing I've always loved about Anthony when he goes for a pass is he's going to try to out-physical the other guy. He's going to try to rip that ball away, and he had pretty good defense on him. He just made sure he got that ball, and whatever it took, he ripped it away.
Tigers go in for the 2-point conversion. Mindham in motion. Rolling right lane. Fires back of the end zone. And again. And they hook up for the second straight time. This for 2.
Wow.
And the Tigers lead it 24-0. 8:31 to work. First half of play. Tigers up big here at Rock Creek when we come back.
Oh, my arm!
What happened?
I tripped, landed on my wrist. I was turning purple.
Let's call Ortho On Call to get you in right away.
That's not gonna happen. It's a doctor's office, not an emergency room.
Ortho On Call can get you in quick and replaces expensive emergency room visits. They're open weekdays till 8 p.m. and weekends till 4.
Oh, the bone's not sticking out. It's probably fine. Don't touch it. It's tender.
Call the Ortho On Call Clinic in Manhattan for all your injuries, big or small. The greatest comebacks begin here.
Wallace True Value would like to remind you that you have choices for your home and building materials. We still offer lumber, sheetrock, insulation and an insulation blower, and rolls of insulation to go with weatherproofing materials for your doors and windows. We currently have doors on sale and some windows on clearance. Being open 7 days a week makes it more convenient for you to pick up these items to winterize your home from Wallace True Value at 423 Lincoln. Beautiful downtown Clay Center.
Back once again, Tigers up big, 24-0, 8:31 to work, and Zach, we get some passing numbers to throw out after that last drive. Good stuff for the Tigers. They lead at 24-0. Peyton Lane went up top to Anthony Atkinson nicking for the touchdown, and then for the 2-point conversion on top of that. Cooper Glavin had that second touchdown, so Peyton Lane 1 touchdown run, Glavin the second TD run, and then Lane with the touchdown pass. Oh, we got a Tiger play. We can't advance, but we got the football back. Caleb Mindham will pick up the onside kick, if you will, quote unquote. That kick was kind of a pooch to the right side by Levi Fitzmeyer against the wind, and Rock Creek just didn't react.
No. And we're taking over exactly in the same field place on the 34-yard line where we took over last time.
So the Tigers have a 24-0 lead and now have a short field with 8:29 to work at the Rock Creek 34-yard line.
And I think this is the third time in this game we have started a drive at the 34-yard line.
Lane goes in under center. In motion, Mindham fakes the pitch, now stands in the pocket, wants to throw it downfield. He's looking near the goal line. 2 defenders on Connor Last. And they call this incomplete. There was a lot of contact around the receiver. It was Connor Last, who was the intended receiver. 2 defenders all over him that time.
Yeah, it was quite a sandwich job on that, and a lot of contact both front and back. But there was an official right there that just said, we're not going to call anything.
Play on, right?
Yep, play on.
Second down 10, 8:22 to work. Clock stops here first half. Tigers lead it 24-0 in this opening quarter. Lane under center. Handoff left side. No, he keeps now, pitches to Mindham, who buries a defender 3 more yards downfield. He was met about 2 yards into the run and just finished in a big way.
No kidding. And there were 2 guys hitting Peyton Lane. He pitched it at the absolute last second. Caleb Mindham picked up something out of nothing there. 3rd and 7.
3rd down, 7 to go. Under 8 to work first half. Tigers up 24-0. Tied right, Wyatt Alexander. He was on the locker room show. We'll hear him at halftime. He talked about, in his words, being an offensive lineman. I love the way he talked about his role on this team. Here's Fitzmeyer underneath. Short yardage play, not much there. It's going to bring up 4th down. And into this wind at around the 30, likely to go for it. I talked to Johnny C. and the Animal, and we'll hear that coming up at halftime. But I asked Wyatt about being a tight end, tight and blocking and not getting to receive much. He goes, I'm not the fastest guy in the world, but I like to go out there and be an offensive lineman. And that's a perfect attitude.
And I think that's hilarious because he's faster than the same.
Yeah, I said the same thing. He's had 2 INTs defensively this year, but he has become a big part of that electric company on the offensive line. Here's Lane rolling left to pass. 4th and about 6. He's got a receiver. That is Atkinson Inniking. 1st down and 10. That'll be at around the 20-yard line. And what a route. You know, we talk about the way Anthony catches the football.
Yep.
That's a great route he ran that time.
You're absolutely right. And that's what I was going to say as well. He ran a very, very nice route. And then he put those hands out there, gave Peyton a good target, hit him right in the hands. Great catch, great first down.
6:47 to work first half. Tigers up 24-0, threatening again. That is now the third fourth down conversion of the first half. Thank you, Z, on the correction. Yeah, they've done some great things already. Here's a handoff underneath to Levi Fitzemeyer. Not much there. A gain of maybe 2. You know, that's something we look at. 3rd down, 4th down conversions in a half. This type of game,
I know.
3 4th down conversions. That's crazy.
No. Yeah, you can play a season and not get that. Here we got it. A quarter and a half, 1.5 quarters into this game.
Right. 6:10 to work first half. Tigers lead 24-0. It was a gain of 1 for Fitzenmeyer. 2nd down 9. Ant is wide left. They split out. Connor Laff to the right side. Lane under center. Hands it off underneath. Levi Fitzemeyer. Not much there. Vetter led the attack on the tackle. It'll be a gain of maybe 2 or 3. It brings up 3rd down long. So 5:38 to work first half. Tigers scored 2 touchdowns on the ground. Peyton Lane the first one, Cooper Glavin the second one. And then Lane hit Atkinson Inniking for the 3rd TD. And now at 3rd down 7 at the Rock Creek 17-yard line. Tigers pitch it out right for Gavin Siebold. Trying to find a space and nothing there. He is pushed backward and really no gain. 4th down. Well, he may have gained a couple, looks like. More than I thought initially, but 4th down 5.
Excuse me, they gave him progress to the 15-yard line. Need a couple more yards, but, about 4 more yards, it looks like. Maybe 5, but the Tigers going for it here on 4th down.
They've converted 3 already in this first half on 4th down. Now 4th and about 4 yards, maybe 5 to go. Lane rolls left, option play, pitches late to Mendham, trying to get the corner. He does, and he takes it forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Touchdown, Place-It-Or Tigers. A late pitch to Caleb, tough as leather, Mendham, and he turns the corner. This guy, Myron said it last week, Chad, maybe you were listening. When he touches the football, good things happen.
Oh, I agree. I've always thought that, and especially this year. But, I'm thinking if Peyton doesn't pitch that exactly when he does, we don't get the touchdown. We don't get the first down. He had to wait till the last second or that play doesn't work.
Now the 2-point conversion try. Levi Fitzenmeyer is going to be stopped just short, or they get it? Nope, they'll say just short. But the Tigers are up 30-0. 4:37 left first half. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Hey, Marty at Bud's Tire Service here. Let's talk about that last word, service. We aren't just a tire shop. We can help with all your mechanical needs, like new motor and or transmission installs, brakes, alternators, water pumps, struts, shocks, you name it. We can also help trick your truck or car out with new grill guards, custom wheels, lifts, and a new set of tires. We can even help you out when it's time to grill that steak with a new Green Mountain pellet grill. Call 632-2135 or stop by 410 Court Street and let us help you with any of your needs. Good luck to all the Tiger athletes.
As a third-generation seed company, Oldie Seed has pioneered the development of soil-specific hybrids that thrive in your soils. Our Know to Grow research program is the largest in the Midwest and utilizes advanced technologies including Enlist, Extend, and Liberty Link soybeans. Oldie's research program delivers top yields while helping you win the war on resistant weeds. This season, don't settle for anything less than a soil-specific seed from Oldie Seed.
30-0. The Tigers may be on their way to the 3rd straight game to score 40 or more.
I think so. I'm going to go back to that touchdown real quick. What I was saying is, if Peyton Lane pitches that ball too soon, we not only don't get the touchdown, we don't get a first down. But I waited till the last second, and it gave Caleb Mendham the space to make it to the pylon he didn't just get the first down. He got 15 yards and a touchdown.
Kick by Levi Fitzmeyer into that win, taken at the 25-yard line, return to the 30, and that's where Rock Creek takes over. I'll tell you what, this Tiger football team, Zach we've already given out the stat of the game.
Yeah.
Tell the listeners, dating back to last week, is that right? Last 2 weeks?
Yes, last week in Chapman, dating back to then, that's 11 straight touchdown drives.
I mean, you get possession, and you get to the end zone every time.
You know you're going to get at least 6.
For 11 straight times?
This is the first kickoff in 3 kickoffs that Rock Creek has kept the ball.
True. 1st and 10, Tiger defense back on the field. The snap, shotgun, and, big hit near the line of scrimmage.
I think we got a holding.
Short yardage play. That tackle is going to be made by... Get you a number inside there because the Tigers jumped in there early. That is Dalton Brumfield. Yeah, they made the first hit.
Wow.
And then the penalty yardage will be tacked on.
Oh, personal foul on Clay Center.
Huh. Maybe a face mask somewhere we didn't see.
Yeah,
that's my
maybe.
guess.
Maybe. It was thrown from way back by the back judge, and he threw it, he launched it as far as he could, so maybe it was something like that.
Tigers lead 30-0. We're in the opening half, 4:23 to go, second quarter.
Is that the first penalty of the game?
Yeah, that's the first penalty.
Wow.
And that's the biggest play for Rock Creek. 15-yard penalty.
Well, 0 yards the first quarter. There's a carry to the left side. Martin shoved out of bounds by Caleb Minden. The flag comes in.
Yeah.
Interesting on the sideline, Rock Creek in the face of Caleb Minden when he made that tackle.
Yeah, but they got a holding penalty.
It's a holding against Rock Creek, yeah. Caleb Minden, he just kind of said, hey, it's back there, the flag. He just pointed. He didn't say much. It didn't look like anyway. He just pointed back to the flag around the hold.
Yeah.
The fiery player on the sideline for Rock Creek that time was Trevor Henning, right in the face of Minden. Henning was not in the game at the time.
Right, and he was. He thought it was, I don't know, rough or out of bounds or whatever. Official was right there, didn't think so, but the referee back there saw the holding on Rock Creek.
So it's 1st and 20 after the penalty yardage, and it's going to be a handoff underneath. Little misdirection. They hand off quick, then a couple different fakes. I've always compared this to the single wing. It's not,
right?
But it's similar with a kind of a spinner back, if you will.
It's similar enough, right?
So a gain of 9, second down 11.
It's a precision offense, and they start teaching it very young here,
right?
And so it gets ingrained, so it becomes second nature. You don't want to start teaching it when they're 9th graders.
Second down 11 for Rock Creek. Killingsworth from the gun. And Martin in the backfield, tackled by the animal. Wyatt Alexander makes the play. That'll be a loss of yards, and it brings up 3rd down and long.
Wyatt Alexander was all over that play. He did his job 3 times.
You're right.
First of all, he made him stay honest. He had contained, and then he went ahead and made the tackle.
Right. He's become a terrific outside linebacker.
Yeah.
He and Ant last week against Clay Center's offense. I mean, Chapman runs the flex bump.
Yeah.
Same thing Clay Center runs. And those two guys really made life miserable for the Irish. 3rd down, 14 now. 2:30 to work first half. Tigers up 30-0. And a handoff underneath the right side. And short yardage play once again. It's going to bring up 4th down at 10. Rock Creek senior night for the Mustangs here at Rock Creek are faced with 4th and 10, maybe 11, at their own 44.
Well, they don't
9 to work first half.
Yeah, they don't look like they plan to punt right now. They're going in, calling a play, 4th and everything, and they have the wind at their back.
Killingsworth, a freshman at quarterback for the Mustangs. He stands in the shotgun, 4th and 11. And they will pitch it, option pass, quick throw out right side, not much there. It's Tiger football with 1:44 to go. Vetter made the pass off an option pitch, but the Tigers had that ate up immediately.
Well, we had it eaten up, and now we're taking over the ball on their 45-yard line. You know, we're already across the 50.
A chance again for the Tigers to score maybe before halftime. 1st and 10 at the 45 of Rock Creek. 1:44 to work first half of play. Alexander left. Trevin Shirley in there to wide out right side. Correction, Ethan Straub in there, wide out right.
Tigers want to score.
Peyton Lane under center. He'll roll left, looking to pass. Has some time. Off his back foot, fires downfield. Has a receiver. Pass caught near the first down marker. That's Wyatt Alexander, and he can run route passes. We knew that.
Well, see, he's not the fastest guy in the field, according to him, but, you know, you have to have what I've always thought about Wyatt, and maybe this is why he has those interceptions. I thought he was quick.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between quick and fast, but I think he's got a little of both.
1st and 10. Lane rolling right, wanting to pass again. Stands, fires downfield, should be picked off. He was looking for Connor Lath, and it's picked off by Martin. He takes it back up the sideline into Tiger territory, all the way to the place center Tiger 39-yard line. He was looking for Connor Lath, underthrown, and Martin had a pretty good opportunity to bring away the interception.
Well, you know, Martin, you got to give him credit. He did a really good job of playing defense back there. He was all over that read, and that's what those he was more like a safety back there. And he was all over the read on that. He knew what Peyton was going to throw before Peyton knew what he was going to throw. And he had an easy pick, but then he did a good run up the sidelines with that ball. They have the ball at 39 of Clay Center.
1:17 to work first half. Tigers do lead here, 30-0. Back to pass. Rock Creek fires downfield. That ball is caught in a crowd. What a catch made in traffic. That's Martin again with the play. Wow. 2 defenders right in his mug.
And he had to go up for that. I mean, that was on his fingernails, you know, up there as high as he could reach.
It's a 1st and 10 for Rock Creek at the Tiger 22-yard line. Now 1:05 to work first half. Tigers do lead it here, 30-0. Rock Creek from the gun. Martin tight right, always a tight formation for the Mustangs. He goes in motion now. And the ball was hit by the motion man, picked up in the backfield, and then a sack play is going to be made, thrown up for grabs. The catch actually made downfield to the line of scrimmage. Wyatt Alexander had Killingsworth in his grasp, about to bring him down. At last second, he just flung it in the air. Martin catches it near the line of scrimmage, and now the freshman Killingsworth is in some pain, and he may have to come out of the game.
You did an exceptional job of calling that play. That was one of the weirdest football players plays I've ever seen in my life.
Now, in the NFL college, that's in the grass.
Yeah.
They whistle it dead well before he could ever throw the football. But he literally just flung it, and it found a receiver somehow.
There were 2 flings there. He was flung down to the ground while he was being flung down to the ground. And, I mean, literally, he was whipped around, flung to the ground. He's flinging the ball, like, basically over his shoulder, and it didn't fall to the ground. It fell in hands.
Crazy play. 2nd down, 9. He was about to be taken down for a sack by Wyatt Alexander for a loss of about 7. And he flung it, as we said, downfield, and it ends up being a 1-yard gain, if you will. 2nd down, 9. Coming up tomorrow, KCLY, we have cross-country reports starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. As 1A through 4A on KCLY will give you updates on who's made it to state. And then tomorrow afternoon, K-State Wildcat football, 1 o'clock pregame, a scheduled 3 p.m. kickoff. We'll see what the weather does for the 2nd week in a row. And then Tiger volleyball in the air tomorrow afternoon as well. Here's 2nd down, 9, Rock Creek. Rolling right, pass downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. The pass from Austin DeWeese. This has been a quarterback by committee, obviously.
Yeah.
Their starting quarterback, Ringering, went out with an injury. He's not dressed right now. He's a senior. DeWeese, Better, the freshman Killingsworth, all been a part of this quarterback position, 3rd down, 9.
Well, when I was looking at stats before we came, They have a lot of quarterbacks with stats, but nobody with any stats.
Right. Here is a handoff, right side better. Tackle made by Gavin Ware and company. Trevin Shirley on the play. 30 seconds left. It brings up a 4th down situation and a timeout taken on the field by Rock Creek. We'll break as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Great taste, fresh ingredients, lots of menu choices, all made to order with fast and friendly service. It all adds up to Subway, the one place where you can build your own meal exactly the way you like it. Subway in Clay Center is proud to sponsor CCCHS athletes, and whether you're heading to the game or getting ready to hit the road for home, the crew at Subway looks forward to seeing and serving you. Tiger fans and Subway, a winning combination.
Nearing halftime here at Rock Creek, Tigers up 30-0. The Catalyst Sign and Graphics catch of the game, Chet and Z, we're giving to Anthony Atkinson, inning king, actually times 2.
Exactly. Absolutely, and it's unanimous. All three of us up here. First one on the touchdown, he fought for that ball and pulled it in. There was good defense on it. The second one, the next play, which was the extra point, he extended that body. It was one of those great catches over by the sideline of the end zone, right, not quite to the corner, but either one would have looked great on TV.
In fact, we went to break, and Chet goes, those 2 catches would look like you'd see on Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon. Right. The Catalyst Sign and Graphics catch of the game, Anthony Atkinson, inning, both from Peyton Lane, 1 for 6, 1 for 2. 31 seconds left, first half. Tigers up 30-0. Rock Creek with the football at the Tiger 15-yard line, out of the timeout. It is 3rd down short. To snap, DeWeese, the quarterback. He will pitch it right. Back to pass better. Shakes by one tackler and then moves forward and is going to be driven down. He ran into 2 defenders. Gavin Ware, the beast. He'll be making takedowns like that, probably to a potential pin coming up in the winter sports season on the wrestling mat.
Yeah, and Ware, he's been starting since he was a freshman, right?
Yeah.
And he's not getting any worse. I'm going to guarantee you that. He knows how to play defense. He's fun to watch.
Clock back in motion, 12 seconds. 1st and 10. And DeWeese fires back in the end zone, overthrown. 6.7 to work first half. Tigers up 30-0. And Rock Creek at the Tiger 11-yard line took a shot for the end zone.
Rock Creek throws a lot at you, even though they're trying to figure out who they can run as quarterback. On the previous play, DeWeese, who was running quarterback now, he has the back Taylor Vetter to his left, who then shifts to his right in motion. He pitches to him, then he was wanting to throw.
Right.
So you never know.
Here is pitchback Martin wanting to pass. Option pass again down near the goal line, and it is incomplete. He had DeWeese open, and they just didn't quite hook up for that trickery we're talking about.
Well, they're kind of reaching, trying to find something. But
they said it was caught?
Oh, my goodness.
I saw the initial signal was incomplete.
It was.
0.9 seconds left. Timeout on the field once again. Wow.
Less than a second to go.
0.9 on the clock. 30-0. Tigers lead it. Timeout on the field. We're back after this.
Think of how much your lifestyle revolves around the latest technology. Radio Shack is dedicated to bringing your eyes and ears much of what the world of electronics has to offer. The sights and sounds are brilliant and clear, whether you're choosing a flat-screen TV, a laptop, camera, camcorder, or video game. Radio Shack inside Patterson's Health Mart is also your source to find a wide variety of electronic components, accessories, adapters, and connectors. Plus, you'll find friendly, helpful service at your local Radio Shack in Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy in downtown Clay Center.
Well, we all saw the same thing, incomplete pass, but evidently somebody overruled and said complete, so it's going to be 1st and goal at inside the 1-yard line with 0.9 seconds left.
Well, we have such a hard time seeing from up here, and we have trouble reading numbers half the time, but there was an official right on it that ruled it incomplete. Somebody else must have overruled.
So with 0.9 seconds, Rock Creek has it at the Tiger 1-yard line. They will still go from the shotgun. DeWeese and Better stand in the backfield. Tight formation, obviously, for Rock Creek. Snap, DeWeese pushes forward. And they say he's in. Rock Creek scores it at the buzzer of the first half. 30-6, and then the ensuing extra point or 2-point conversion coming up.
You know, that was a big play for both teams.
It was.
With less than a second to go, it's a big gut check for the defense if they can keep them out. You know, there's only going to be one play. You can't run more than one play with 0.9 seconds to go. And Rock Creek's wanting to go into the locker room with a score, and that's what they're going to do.
So they bring out the extra point try. Bryant Golden, the kicker. The kick is on its way. It's long enough, and it's through. So 30-7 now. Rock Creek does score it. Stay with us. Quick look at halftime. Got a couple of interviews coming up at halftime as well. That's on the way. Tigers lead at 30-7 here at Rock Creek.
Intensive sampling, Ferris soil mapping, and variable rate application of fertilizers can improve the efficiency of nutrient management. CS Precision Ag can assess nutrient availability of different areas within a field and recommend the right product to improve your bottom line. New customers for the fall are currently being accepted at CS Precision Ag. They serve producers throughout north central Kansas and south central Nebraska. Contact Clayton Bott or visit them online at csprecisionag.com.
At United Bank & Trust, we get it. Bank hours don't always fit into your schedule. With the United Bank & Trust mobile banking app, you can bank anytime, anywhere. At home, at work, or anywhere in between. You can perform convenient and secure transactions like mobile check deposit, transfer money between accounts, or see your balance instantly. Find it by searching for United Bank & Trust mobile app in your app store. Mobile banking with United Bank & Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back at halftime, Rocky Downing along with our studio engineer, Bernie Panzelli of Zach Elzinga, Chet Carlson with us. We're going to get a couple of interviews coming up here in just a moment, but a quick look at this first half. Tigers dominate, but Rock Creek goes into halftime with a little momentum, I guess.
Yeah, at least for them. I don't think it's going to affect the Tigers. So I like the way the Tigers played on both offense and defense, and they really did dominate on both. We threw a pick with a minute 40 to go in the half. They got a decent return on it, and then all the yardage they got was on, like, double passes, almost trickery-type plays. They're kind of reaching. You know, I like where we're at in this game, and I think that the Tigers are just going to play. If they just play their football, it's good things are going to happen.
Zach, first half numbers, anything stand out?
Clay Center started off another good rushing night, 131 on the ground, and got 33 through the air, so they're at 164. And Rock Creek was able to get 49 total yards.
Basically, that last
drive, about 40-some yards.
They had 0 in the first quarter. Yeah, kind of crazy. We're at the half. Tigers lead at 30-7. Stay with us. We're going to hear from a couple of sports. Tiger volleyball tomorrow, sub-state volleyball at home, and then takes on Nickerson. We talk with Janessa Wickersham and Hannah Ferguson, and we'll also hear from Wyatt Alexander and Jonathan Kramer-Rainbow at halftime. That's our halftime show coming up next.
Having trouble understanding your internet connection? Just think of it in terms of water. The size of a water hose determines how quickly you get water, and the same goes for your internet. A garden hose pumps out less water than a fire hose, just like a 5 meg connection loads pages slower than a 20 meg. At the end of your hose is a sprinkler, which is equivalent to your router. If your sprinkler is old and clogged, it can only push out so much water, no matter how big of a hose it's connected to. For best results, be sure your router is up to date. For more questions, check out our website at bluevalley.net.
Joined by two more seniors this week on the Locker Room Show, Jonathan Kramer-Rainbolt, Johnny C., Wyatt Alexander, the Animal, coming off of first off, congratulations, guys, on the NCKL Championship, the final league championship in football, and you guys share it with Marysville. Talk about the week going in, Johnny C., about taking on the Chapman Irish, knowing what kind of was at stake in week 1 of district play. How jacked up were you guys?
We had a lot of preparation. I mean, they ran our offense, and so we basically had to show them that, they're the off-brand of what the Tigers really do.
I love it. Wyatt, you guys knew what was at stake. What was it feeling like once the game was finished?
Just another day at work,
Really trying to do our best just to get the win, not really thinking anything but the game, nothing above, nothing before, nothing really matters. Game one.
Yeah, very good point. And the league championship's fun, but the real season did just begin, and I know that's what you guys are talking about. The last two ball games, you guys have gotten after it offensively, and I'm going to talk defense because there was a big play early. Jonathan Kramer-Rainbold comes up with a fumble recovery, and you guys punch it in and score. That's happened a few times this year. We couldn't tell if you had it or not from the booth. The officials seemed to not be sure whether they had it or not on the field. You knew from the start?
Yeah, we lined up correctly, and then we recognized that they were going to run a sneak, so we got into our tight splits, and he just fumbled the ball, and it was a fight for it because there was a couple hands in there and came out with it on top. So
there's nothing like being the bottom of that pile fighting for a football, especially when you come out of there with it, which you guys did. Wyatt, on the other side of things, this season you've been able to step up big time defensively in particular. And I'm going to go to the offensive side a little bit because they put you in tight in the formation, primarily because you've become a really good blocker. Now, I know you want to be out there catching footballs, but it's so important to our offense. Talk about being up there on the line.
It's pretty fun. I really like being a no lineman. Blocking, a lot of our block schemes are kind of, come out of nowhere, so I get to look pretty big going up against a 200-pound lineman leveling them. So, I mean, it's a lot different, but it's a lot more fun. I'm not the fastest guy in the world, so, I mean, it's good being on the block somebody slower than me.
And he's also caught some this year, don't get me wrong, but on the defensive side in particular, which have been big turnovers for the Tigers as well. Let's look ahead of this week, guys. Week 2 of district plays, you said, this second season just beginning. Talk about what Rock Creek brings at you. They're completely different than what you guys run.
Rock Creek, it's a hard-nosed football team. They run right down your throat. So we're really preparing for those foot-to-foot splits and them just trying to run right at us. So,
have you guys talked about the fact that this team with just 2 wins, and you guys on a roll right now, 5-2, backed up a couple of big league wins, you can't take anything for granted right now?
Yeah, definitely. Anytime any team can come out and punch you right in the mouth, never know what will happen. Marysville, I mean, we should have played better against Marysville. We're about the same matchup, but, I mean, if we would have played the way we play, I think we would have came out on top of that game, but just got to be ready for the next game.
And 5 turnovers. We've put that behind us, though. That game, those turnovers, and we're moving forward. I know Coach asked you guys to bring in props about maybe some things you guys are interested in. I asked Wyatt, and he just simply looked at the cowboy hat. So talk about this.
Well, out of high school, I'm planning on going to Wyoming and getting a ranch hand job there. I'm trying to getting one lined up right now. Also going to be doing a lot of rodeo stuff this spring and this winter at Rustock School, so that's really exciting. And all my family was in rodeo and ranchers, so kind of carrying on family tradition.
What events in the rodeo? I mean, I have an idea, but tell our listeners.
I'm going to ride bulls.
Right on. The animal. You could have been the bull rider, but I already had you as the animal peg. Johnny C., what are some things you have real interest in or maybe plans for the future?
I didn't bring any props, but I am joining the Marine Corps after high school. So big preparation for that, doing PT and the delayed training program, and it's just, I mean, a lot of work needs to be put in, and football helps prepare you for that because it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of obstacles you need to get over, so.
Great respect for you taking on that venture in the future. All right, a couple of quick questions. What is the latest or favorite app that you've downloaded?
I think the latest app I've downloaded was Spotify because people said the music on there was pretty good, so that's one I've been listening to a lot.
Were they right?
I would say yeah. Most of the time there's really good song choices on there, so yeah, I give it a good rating.
And do you have a favorite overall?
Right now it's Post Malone, Rockstar. It's kind of been one of my top songs, so yeah, that's what it is.
Very good. Wyatt, do you have a favorite app or one you downloaded recently?
Kind of try to stay away from apps and everything, but I have Snapchat. But I like Snapchat.
Very good. Perfect. Well, snap this. A win on Friday night puts you in great position for the postseason once again. Congrats on what you guys have done already. Let's go get them on Friday night. Jonathan Kramer-Rainbolt, Johnny C., along with the animal Wyatt Alexander.
TSI Kansas Incorporated has added another mechanic to our team, and we are able to expand our capabilities in taking care of our customers better. We know you depend on trucks and trailers with fall harvest coming up. You can trust us to service and repair your trucks and trailers so that you can keep up with the demand. From regular maintenance to repairing and replacing parts, our master mechanics get the job done. Call TSI Kansas Incorporated in Clay Center at 785-632-5183.
We have Janessa Wickersham with us, and we have Hannah Ferguson, two seniors. I said two of. They are the two seniors on this year's edition of Lady Tiger Volleyball. Let's start with a little look at getting into your senior year, and I guess the thoughts now that you see possibly two final weekends to go for you guys and a chance to host Sub-State. But what's the senior year been like for you, Hannah?
Extremely fast, but it's gone really, really well. We have a lot of young girls, but we've also worked really, really hard and made a lot of improvements in the last couple weeks. So we're excited to see, and we're excited to host again. So we're really excited to see what we can do with that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens here as well. 4-team tournament for those who don't understand. Clay Center plays Nickerson. Concordia on the other side plays Smoky Valley. Janessa, for you, same kind of deal. Has it gone very fast?
Yeah, it's gone by really fast. It still doesn't feel like it's my senior year and it's my last year of volleyball, but yeah, we've been working pretty hard.
Let's talk about the season. You guys have been close a lot of times and haven't finished off some of those. How frustrating is that, but how does that give you some real hope for the weekend coming up?
It's really frustrating actually, but we know we can come back from it, and so going into this weekend, we know that we just have to play our tails off and just get the win.
For you, Hannah, as you look back at this season, you finish off strong with the final 2 wins of the regular season. Same kind of feelings. I know when you get close and just don't get there, it can be very, very frustrating. But you can't labor on that, right?
Right. Yeah, it's obviously, like Janessa said, extremely frustrating at times, but then to look at who we've played Conn, which is the number 2 team in the state, very well coached and well played team, and then we've played Santa Fe Trail, the number 4 team in the state, which we beat, and then go to 3 with Conn, and then we look at who we played and we don't necessarily feel as bad about those losses as some of the other ones, but that just shows us what we can do, and going into Sub-State we could be a real possible threat, so that's what we're working for.
Coach Moran has said that, sorry to cut you off, but Coach Moran said the same thing, that you guys could be a dangerous team come Sub-State time. He was saying that early in the season, and now as you get closer to this Sub-State weekend, we're doing the show on Thursday. They play on Saturday afternoon. So these final 2 days of prep work, what's the mindset for the team in general?
Our mindset right now is to just stay really focused and try to perfect the things that we're kind of lacking on right now. I mean, this close to the end of the season, you can't really teach a whole lot of stuff, but we're trying to just clean up a lot of things and really stay focused for our goals for Saturday.
How tough is it, Janessa, for you two, the only seniors on this team, to not over-try? That's not really a term, but you know what I'm saying? You almost overdo things. You got to keep it tempered a little bit, right?
Yep, we just have to go out there and just do what we do best and just don't try to play someone else's positions and just play your own position.
Okay, we do a thing called Tiger Talk on our locker room show. It could be a question about anything. I asked Wyatt Alexander and Jonathan Kramer-Rainbolt the same questions earlier today. Right. Not too tough today, to be honest. So I'm pretty easy on you guys. The last app or a favorite app that you have on any of your devices?
I use Snapchat a lot. I'm on there all day. Yep, I'd say
so that's
Snapchat.
The favorite?
Yep, Snapchat.
Have you downloaded anything new lately?
I just downloaded our Max Prep app. I mean, I have Huddle and I use Max Prep on the internet, but I guess I just downloaded that yesterday, so.
Perfect. All right, Janessa?
Yeah, like Hannah said, I'd have to say Snapchat. You have to keep your streaks alive.
You got a good one going?
Oh, yeah.
Have you downloaded anything new lately?
Nope.
I have an app you guys should download. Are you ready? It's a Sub-State championship on Saturday right here in the Den. Okay? You guys go to download that for me? All right. Sub-State championship. They face Nickerson in the second match of the day, Saturday here in the Den.
October is National Physical Therapy Month, and the staff at Clay County Medical Center can help improve or restore the mobility you need to move forward with your life. I'm Aaron Proctor, physical therapist. Physical therapists diagnose and treat people of all ages, including newborns, children, and elderly individuals. If you are looking for a possible alternative to surgery or medication because of pain, injury, or other medical conditions such as stroke or arthritis, consult your physician or contact our office to request an evaluation.
Back again at halftime. Again, our thanks to Coach Robert Moran for letting us get into Tiger volleyball and talk with them on a big week. They're preparing for Sub-State tomorrow. We'll have coverage here on the air. By the way, if you want to hear the whole conversation, including Robert Moran, you can see that on our KCLY YouTube channel. We videoed that on Thursday, and then it's up on the channel along with Coach Todd Rice, who joined us along with Wyatt Alexander and Jonathan Kramer-Ringel for the KCLY Locker Room Show on Thursday, again, our KCLY YouTube channel. Rocky Downing, along with Bernie Fancella, our studio engineer, Zach Elzinga, Randy Chet Carlson with us, and the Tigers up 30-7. Chet, I think you made a good point. Some momentum for Rock Creek, but in all reality, the Tigers have to feel pretty good where they're at right now.
Absolutely. You know, we've just played good football on both sides of the ball. We've played very true football, unbalanced football, but we're not just running, we're passing, we're not just throwing a certain type of pass, we're doing a little play action, we're doing a little this, that, not passing a lot, we're mixing it up pretty well. What we're trying to do has, for the most part, worked, and we have been very, very solid on defense, and that's the best word I can come up with. Very solid on many points of the game on defense. Where they got a little something with less than a minute and a half to go in the half was, I don't want to use the word trickery, but you know what I mean. It wasn't conventional plays, right? And they came play after play after play of that type of play.
Option passes. I mean, it was unique stuff, yeah.
And they got points out of it, and they needed that for their mentality going into the locker room for halftime as well.
Zach, as we look at numbers, I looked at you during the break while we were listening to the interview, and I said, numbers that stand out, and I thought your response was perfect. Not really. It was just kind of a steady first half, right?
Yeah, nothing really stands out. I mean, Peyton's got 56 yards, and Levi has 45. I mean, they didn't really have to drive very far. Every time they got the ball, they're on Rock Creek's side, and it just kind of worked out that way.
Nothing goofy, but nothing really that was like, oh, my gosh, look at this, what's going on. I thought it was a great answer.
And I'm going to say something that the three of us will understand. And it'll sound, we both love both. I mean, we all love both of those guys, but every yard Peyton got was exciting. Every yard Levi got, it's like you didn't even know he got him, you know, because he just goes and does it. And I mean, Peyton is like, he's the crazy leg.
Big play length.
Yeah.
I mean, he is. There's a reason for that.
And arms and legs are going all over the place, and he's making these cuts. Levi's just pulling people down the field with him.
He's the big bull. You know, he just drives people forward and makes it happen. So I agree. It's kind of the way the first half went. The Tigers lead at 30-7. I'm sure they're disappointed to give up the points.
Yeah,
because they could have been up 38-0, and instead gave up the interception and then the drive.
And I said right before the snap, and he goes back to pass and he threw that pick. I said, Tigers want to score again. We did. There was a minute 44 to go in the half, and we were taking over still in their end of the field, barely, 45-yard line or so. And we wanted to punch it in again. But more importantly than that, more importantly than giving up that ball, the defense didn't want to give up those points.
Yeah, I agree. And we had a play we thought was an incompletion.
Yeah.
By the signal and calling the field. Then it was all of a sudden first and goal at the 1. And we almost stopped them, but give Rock Creek credit for hanging in there and responding. Because this is a tough year. They're two-win team. The quarterback situation, we talked off the air. Yeah. It's tough. You lose your starting senior quarterback, Renninger, and then you bring in Vetter, who's kind of filled in.
Yeah.
Now you got a freshman who was playing. I mean, he looked really good for a freshman.
He did.
Then he gets dinged tonight. Now you got to go to DeWeese. That's no knock on him. It's just not where he wanted to be this year.
Right. And, your quarterback is not always your leader of the team, but in high school football, your quarterback is one of your leaders. Whether he's the main leader or not, you depend on your quarterback as one of your leaders in high school football, and they're just looking for somebody to run quarterback. And I feel bad about that. They're trying to do it by committee, and and trying to find some guys that can get it done.
Right, very, very tough. Ringering, I should say, was the starting quarterback that's not harassed, injured, and unable to play this evening. Take a quick timeout. Second half is on the way next.
As values go, passion is underrated. It's passion, after all, that motivates us. And it was passion that led us to create the Certified Angus Beef brand. Nearly 40 years ago, the founders of the Certified Angus Beef brand began by picking the very best beef and then finding ways to make it even better by holding it to 10 exacting standards for flavor, juiciness, and tenderness. The Certified Angus Beef brand. From our family ranchers, your family table.
Now available at your local Ray's Apple Market. Certified Angus Beef, where more marbling makes the difference.
Along with our studio engineer, Bernie Fansella, Rocky Downing, Zach Elzinga, Randy Chet Carlson with you on a football Friday night from Rock Creek. Big day tomorrow, cross-country regionals. They have moved some of those up. None in the KCLY community except for Riley County. Leonardville hosting 2A and 3A. So they're going to start at 9:30 tomorrow morning. Everything else is just as was scheduled. But across the state, they have moved some up to try to beat what they believe will be potential severe weather. Second straight Wildcat Saturday, by the way.
That's what I was going to say. Last weekend, everything was pretty accurate on the prediction of the weather.
Yeah.
The weekend before, we played the Abilene game 2 hours early. That was pretty accurate, too.
Yeah. So hopefully tomorrow doesn't pan out like they think, but if you are going to tailgate and get to the game tomorrow, you might want to take precautions and plan ahead.
Yeah.
Zach, take that to heart, okay?
Yeah, I'll bring my rain.
I know you will. Tigers getting set for the second half. They'll have the football to start. Rock Creek will kick with the wind at their back to begin the second half. Tigers lead 30-7, trying to go to 6-2 in the season, and more importantly, 2-0 in district play. So the Mustangs line up to kick it off. Tigers have 3 back to receive. The kick is going to be to the left, no, right down the middle to Caleb Mendham. He'll take it at the 5-yard line. Return through the middle, hit by 2 defenders. Out across the 20 goes Mendham. The Tigers take over there offensively. A 30-7 Tiger lead.
I think this is the worst field position we have started any drive this game, and we're still outside the 20.
Right. No, that's a good point. Most of our drives began on their end of the field.
Right.
In fact. First and 10 Tigers at their own 22-yard line is where it's marked down. Connor Last is wide right. They put Ethan Straub wide to the left side. Jonathan Kramer, Rainbolt, Gavin Ware, Garrett Craig the center, Cody Carlson, Holden Heigl, your electric company offensive line. Lane under center. Pitch out left and bobbled for a moment, picked up by Caleb Mendham. Then he splits a couple of tacklers and will take it down for what appears to be first down and 10. I tell you, one thing I've noticed about Caleb Mendham, I mean, a lot of things we notice about tough as leather, but if there are a couple of defenders trying to make a play on him, he just has a knack for measuring when to make his move and split those defenders.
He really does, and you can't teach that. I mean, you can work drills, this and that, but most of it's natural instinct because it happens without thinking.
Yeah, and he is really, on returns and on the run, really, really good at it. Here is Peyton Lane off the fake to Levi Fitzmeyer. Now bounces to the outside. He's at the 40, out to the 45, to the midfield stripe, taken out of bounds. Peyton, big play Lane. Another first and 10 Tigers off the play fake to Levi Fitzmeyer. Peyton Lane takes it right side, turns the corner. He's out to the midfield stripe.
Well, I tell you what, the Tigers have run 2 plays. You know, we talked about how they started this drive with the worst field position of the game so far for the Tigers. Now they're already 2 plays. They went from about the, 22 or whatever to the 50-yard line.
Alexander left, Last right. The wingbacks are Mendham and Seabold. Fitzmeyer behind quarterback Peyton Lane, who goes in under center, Garrett Craig. Left side, pitch out left, Mendham. Trying to get the corner. Now gets a block from Seabold. Now he gets to the 20, the 30, 15, the 10, the 5, breaking away. Touchdown, Tigers! Touchdown, play center, Tigers. Caleb, tough as leather. Mendham, much like we just talked about, Chet, he finds a way.
Well, it was a quick pitch. Peyton got that ball to him quickly, and he had a lot of green out there. That meant he made the corner quickly. That meant he got to the sideline quickly. He had 2 blocks out there as well, and then he just outran everybody.
Wow, Gavin Seabold again keeping guys busy with that block, freeing up Caleb Mendham, and then Mendham taking care of the rest. Tremendous run by Mendham. Here's Lane, 2-point conversion try. Fires back of the end zone. The ball was tipped. He was looking for Wyatt Alexander, but it was tipped on the throw. Tigers, though, lead it 36-7. What a way to start your second half. Just less than a minute in, or 3 minutes into the first half. Well, three plays in. It's 11:08 to go, third quarter. Tigers lead it 36-7 here, just starting this second half.
Crop Production Service is constantly looking for ways to help your bottom line grow. And with the Loveland products available, you'll get the results you want. From seed treatment and plant nutrition to fertilizer and crop protection, Crop Production Service offers top-of-the-line solutions to grow your crops, your bottom line, and your operation. Connect with your local CPS expert and experience the innovative products from Loveland. Crop Production Service, here to help you grow.
Wallace True Value of Clay Center is your go-to appliance store for General Electric, Hotpoint, Haier, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, Amanda, Speed Queen, and other brands for your home, rental, or business. Give Wallace a call at 785-632-2851 or stop by 423 Lincoln Avenue in Clay Center for your next appliance. Wallace has been in business since 1949 and are stocked with appliances of all sizes, shapes, and colors. Remember, 785-632-2851, open 7 days a week for your convenience.
The Tigers' Caleb Mendham takes it in from 50 yards out, and Clay Center now leads it 36-7. Now the kickoff from Levi Fitzmeyer is going to go out of bounds. And Rock Creek will have good position, but a 3-play, 77-yard drive, guys. I mean, how do you start a second half, I guess, like that, right?
Yeah, and that's, I think, what we were just talking about at halftime, where they are, and how we felt like they probably felt going into the locker room, how they felt about their first half of play, how we felt about their first half of play on both sides of the ball. So it was the perfect start. We talk about third quarter all the time. We talk about coming out and getting that start after halftime. I would take that any game.
And twice on the weekend, right?
Yeah.
36-7 Tigers. Here's a handoff right side, run through the middle after the 40 near the 45. Good run by Rock Creek. That is better with the carry. The tackle finally made by Gavin Siebold. It'll be second down, maybe a yard, second down short in this third quarter. Tigers took less than a minute, 3 plays, 77 yards. Peyton Lane the first run, or Caleb Mendham the first run, and Lane then Mendham 50 yards to take it in.
And he just beat everybody to the end zone.
Here is Vetter again, right side. Tackle's going to be made by Trevin Shirley, but not before he takes it across the 50-yard line into Tiger territory.
Now Rock Creek's come out with 2 plays, about 8 or 9 yards on each run of the first 2 plays for them. We were very pleased with how the Tiger defense played. But they did give up that score right before half. Right. Now they've given up a move of the chains, which they hadn't done a lot of in the first half. So we want them to kind of step up, make some stops here.
Rock Creek first and 10. Here is it's a keep by the quarterback Killingsworth, who is back in. So the freshman back out there, and good for Rock Creek. We talked about this during halftime. The freshman able to get back in there and play, and he gains 7-8 yards.
When he left the game with a little bit of a ding, that was when he was slung down. We were talking about when he also flung that ball kind of over his shoulder for a 1-yard completion. But he left with, I don't know, he was limping, and he's back in the game running strong now.
9:40 remains here in the third quarter. Tigers up 36-7. Rock Creek with the football at the Tiger 40-yard line. And off underneath Martin. Wyatt Alexander tag teams with Siebold, and the ball hawk and the Ann will bring down the ball carrier for a gain of 0. Third down coming up.
Well, after the Tigers gave up pretty good yardage on the first 3 plays for Rock Creek in this drive, that was a big stop. Get a big stop right here on third down, and things go back to the way they were.
9:03 to work, third quarter. Tigers lead it here 36-7. Again from that tight gun. It is going to be an option play. Killingsworth keeps it, and he breaks a little bit free. Now he's going to be stood up and taken down by Caleb Mendham, but the freshman quarterback made a great read and takes it to the Tiger 26-yard line.
He not just made a great read, he made a great run. Yeah. He didn't run like a freshman there. He looked like somebody that's been doing this a long time.
Charlie Killingsworth. Might want to keep that name in mind for the future. Although things changed drastically with playoff systems next year. Rock Creek used to be, or has been, a kind of a staple on the schedule. It will not be for a while anyway. Here's Killingsworth. Counter play outside. Great play by Johnny C. That's Trevin Shirley. Correction, Trevin Shirley makes the tackle. Counter play, and the outside linebacker right at home.
And it's hard to explain to people how good he did on that. I mean, he did such a good job coming around the block. He did contain. He turned him inside. And he came around the block, and he made the tackle basically behind the line of scrimmage.
Kind of the trifecta.
Yeah.
You keep him inside. You then close on it, and then you make the tackle on top of it. Here is Killingsworth, the quarterback. He's going to be taken down near the line of scrimmage. Peyton Lane, who is kind of more of a linebacker than a safety tonight. He and Seabold, Logan McDonald in on the play. It's going to be third down long. Football at the Tiger 25-yard line.
Yeah, we've alluded to that a couple of times. You kind of adapt your defense to what the offense is running. And if it's a very unusual, specific type offense, you make a bigger adaptation.
Third down 9 for Rock Creek at the Tiger 25. High snap. Here's a counter play from right to left. Again, the Tigers right on the play. Holden Heigl. We haven't called match point a lot tonight because he's been making people go to other guys. He gets the tackle this time.
That was like team roping. He had the main part of the tackle, and Wyatt Alexander had a hold of the leg, and everybody went to the ground except Wyatt Alexander and that leg.
Fourth down and 9. Holden Heigl had that first contact, and then, as Chet mentioned, Wyatt Alexander, the animal, who is a rodeo cowboy, by the way, bull rider, helping out on the play. Fourth down 9. Pitch right to Vetter, and he fires downfield, has a receiver, but the tackle made by Connor Last. Connor Boomer Last, because he booms every punt he's ever made. He hasn't punted for 2 games now, and I hope he does it tonight, but he can boom it, can he?
That's going to be a stat sometime.
He didn't punt last week.
You don't punt for a while, but
he hasn't punted this week.
Yeah, so
Tigers take over 1st and 10.
Big stop by Connor, just short of the first down, for Rock Creek there, and they were very close to getting that. It was a big play for them to try to turn it. Tigers back on offense.
6:37 to work, third quarter. Tigers up 36-7 and take over the football at their own 17-yard line. Lane under center. Seabold and Mendham his wingbacks. Lane, left side, takes it to Levi Fitzemeyer, then keeps it himself and dives it across the 20, out near the 25. It'll be second down and about 5 yards left to go. So a 5-yard gain on first down. Clock ticking at 6:23 left, third quarter. That clock becomes their friend once again. It's fun when the clock's your friend, Jim.
It really is, and the Tigers are back to. They're just wanting to run Tiger football here. You get 5 yards on every play, you're going to be okay.
Second down 5 from their own 23-yard line. In motion, Mendham, right side, looking to pitch it. Lane, he keeps it, now bounces outside, then runs into 2 defenders, still moves forward and very close to the first down. He was hit 2 or 3 different times in the backfield, and then ended up getting 3, maybe 4 yards at third and short.
You said he bounced it outside. He bounced it outside like 3 times in that run.
He did. That's a great point. Third and short, inside a yard, 5:34 to work in this third. That's very short. Lane, will they tap and go? They do. Quarterback keep. First down and 10, Tigers. They'll move it out to their own 30-yard line. 5:20 left to go, third quarter. Tigers lead it here, 36-7. Few scores to pass along we had during the halftime break. Let's get those to you. First off, Wamego trails McPherson halftime, 26-0. Colby leads Concordia at half. That's out at Colby, 20-0. Eagles had 267 yards in the first half. Concordia just 76 yards.
200, almost 300 yards in a half. Wow.
Riley County leading Beloit at halftime 6-0 in a big battle there. First and 10 Tigers. They lead 36-7. Pitch out left, Mendham hit in the backfield, tried to stiff arm his way free, but is brought down in the backfield this time by the Mustangs' Carter Carlson. It'll be second down and about 12 to go.
And it's about the same play that was the first and the third play of our previous drive. And the one he took for 50 yards for a touchdown, just that time Rock Creek was all over.
They've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah.
It does change things. Second down 12, a loss of 2, 4.5 to work third quarter. Tigers again leading 36-7. Got a timeout on the field by the Tigers. 4.5 to work third quarter. Tigers lead at 36-7. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Whether you're buying, building, remodeling, or refinancing, your home is a major investment in your life. At United Bank and Trust, we understand how important it is to work with someone who cares. Our loan officers have the experience it takes to make the process a smooth one. Come in for a visit or start online by filling out a loan application at ubankonline.com in as little as 20 minutes. Mortgage lending with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back again to Rock Creek. Rocky Downing along with Bernie Fancella, Zach Elzinga, and Randy Carlson. The Tigers lead 36-7. We thought we would throw out the spotlight game of the game because Caleb Mindham's run to the touchdown, pretty amazing.
It was very amazing. And as much as I've watched him run, and you have too, I didn't really know if it was going to be a touchdown until he was about 15 yards from the end zone, and then there was no doubt.
Five Creek Automotive spotlight play of the game. Caleb Mindham 50 yards to the goal line, and he cut a couple of defenders off, and he left everybody else after the block from Gavin Sebald. So the Five Creek Automotive spotlight play of the game. Caleb Mindham 50-yard touchdown run. Here's the handoff. Levi Fitzenmeyer underneath, and he is hit early and then chopped down by the Mustangs near the line of scrimmage. It'll bring him third down and long.
Clay Center's had a lot of success on a number of their offensive plays in this half, and I think that's the first carry Levi's had since the first half.
I think you're right, yeah. Well, 3-play drive. Mindham, Lane, Mindham in the first series, so 4:04 to work. We're in the third. Tigers up 36-7.
Long third down for him here.
Third down, 12 yards still to go. Lane under center is Ant wide right. Mindham starts in motion. Now Lane optioning left and in some trouble. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. This will be fourth down for the Tigers, and we may see Boomer for the first time in 2 games. Connor Last will have to punt this away.
Yeah, he's got to punt into that 25-mile-an-hour wind.
Right. Connor Last on the season averaging 40.2 yards per punt. He's been good.
Isn't that amazing in high school football?
It really is. So 4th and long, Connor stands at his own 15-yard line. Waiting the snap. 3:10 to work, third quarter. Snap a bit high, but he has it. Now steps in and bangs one downfield. This is a great punt. Vetter has to let it drop. It's going to roll inside the 30-yard line against that stiff wind we talked about. There's a reason I call him Boomer. Boomed again. Connor Last.
That's a 45-yard punt right there.
Against the wind,
yeah.
Under 3 to work, third quarter. Tigers up 36-7. So is that potentially our big hitter? We had one earlier with Gavin Ware on a tackle he made, but that's a big punt into this.
It is.
I mean, this wind is strong.
Yeah.
He had a 61-yarder earlier this year.
Well, we're hoping he doesn't have to punt in the fourth quarter, but he's going to have the wind behind him.
There's a counter play again, and Vetter, right side, stood up and driven back by Connor Last. It's a great open field tackle by Boomer on the defensive side. You know, Rock Creek does a lot of different things. We've seen this for years and years, but for those who maybe aren't used to what they do, that was a handoff underneath, like a fullback dive that became a pitch to a tailback that became a counterplay.
Exactly.
And it's all within the tackles. It's a unique offense to try to defend.
What you just said was exactly right.
Here is now a counter, but a handoff this time, not a pitch play. And now he rides behind his offensive line out to near the 50-yard line. That's 1st and 10, Rock Creek, and that's the kind of football they like to play. Kind of get into a scrum situation, just let people move forward. And so the Mustangs take it to the Tiger 40 8-yard line.
Well, in old Rock Creek football, that's what frustrated us so much. We hadn't seen that yet tonight. That time, after we presumably had the runner stopped, he got 8 more yards.
And what used to be illegal is now very illegal in every level.
Encouraged.
Exactly. So 1st and 10, Rock Creek at the Tiger 48-yard line. Killingsworth, he will keep it himself to the middle. Tries to dodge a tackle and then taken down by Holden Heigl and Peyton Lane. It is a gain of 5, maybe 6 yards, though. There's a penalty fight that comes in very late.
I think it's going to be an unsportsmanlike.
Both teams kind of talking and jockeying a little bit. We'll see who they call it against.
Getting a little chippy out there.
Uh-huh. One official with the Tiger huddle, and then 3 officials huddled together, and we're about to get the call. It is a personal foul. It is against the Tigers. So that moves Rock Creek with a minute 46 to go, third quarter, 15 yards forward, deeper into Tiger territory. The Tigers do lead 36-7.
Yeah, it's going to be a big move, move of yardage there for Rock Creek, and it's going to help them a lot. Tigers are failing to get a few stops here that they were used to getting in the first half. And, everything's kind of, it's not as chippy as last night's game.
No, not in the least, thank goodness. I can't believe you brought that game up.
I'm sorry.
1st down and 10, Rock Creek. Here is Vetter right side. Cuts back against the grain in pretty good position, but he has stood up and taken down. That is Connor Last again with a big-time open field tackle, but a 9-yard gain for Vetter, a minute 29 to go, third quarter.
Well, on the last maybe 3 plays, maybe 4, what's happening for the Tigers is not what we want to have happen. We don't want those guys to be making the tackles.
Right.
And then they didn't get to make any tackles in the first half because everything was smothered up front. But it's kind of our last line of defense that's pulling these guys down right now.
2nd down 3 after the 7-yard gain. Killingsworth, right side. He is going to keep it himself through the middle. It's 1st down yardage. The good news for the Tigers is Rock Creek has kept everything on the ground.
Yeah.
So they're having success, but this quarter's gone pretty quick.
It has gone quick. There's nobody's throwing the ball around. Nobody's stopping the clock. Nobody's going out of bounds.
Under a minute to go, third quarter. Tigers up 36-7. Rock Creek does have it at the Tigers' 16-yard line. Here is counterplay underneath, and boy, what a great tackle. Down low and Holden Heigl up top went Wyatt Alexander, and Martin is taken down, although Holden Heigl late to get up. Still yet to get up. And so we'll see how that pans out. You can see him in tremendous pain. It was a loss of 1, 2nd down 11. 30 seconds left on this third quarter clock. They're going to come out and take a look at Holden Heigl. Let's take a break here while we have the chance. Nearing the end of the third. Tigers up 36-7 here at Rock Creek.
Does your household have monstrous internet demands? If too slow internet is driving you batty and your little devils are complaining about the connection, it might be time to upgrade your internet service. Twin Valley is offering a spectacular special on internet speeds to handle all the necessary devices. Choose gig internet for $99.95 a month or 100 megabits per second for $59.95. Call Twin Valley at 800-515-3311 and tame those monsters. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. See Twin Valley for details.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement in Concordia reminds you that brutal winter days will soon be here. You're almost out of time to have your roof replaced before the cold weather season arrives. Roof work must be completed with daytime temperatures of at least 45 degrees in order to avoid long-term problems with adhesiveness. Learn more at GeislerRoofing.com.
This is Dallas Hassenmack, and Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement has you covered with more than 38 years experience.
Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've got you covered.
36-7 with 30 seconds left. Holden Heigl was able to walk off under his own accord, although a little shaky getting off the field, but it appears like he would be okay, guessing from up here. And then after that injury timeout, Rock Creek takes a timeout. So we'll keep it right here and kind of look ahead to the weekend coming up on KCLY. Cross country, again, regional championships. Play Center is at McPherson tomorrow. You have Washington County hosting the 1A, and that features most of the KCLY community, and then 2A and 3A both at Leonardville. That's Valley Heights in 2A, Riley County in 3A. So a big day tomorrow, starting early. 9:30 is when they've moved up the Leonardville 2A girls cross-country regional championships. We'll keep you up to date on all of that going on. And then sub-state volleyball across the area tomorrow. There are some great volleyball teams in the KCLY community. Valley Heights has been state-ranked in 2A, and they're a 3 seed in their sub-state.
Wow.
And you can go up and down the board. Hanover, Blue Valley, Lynn have all been really, really good this season. Frankfort, it'll be a fight for all of them to try to get to the state championship. But we'll find out how that works. Here on KCLY, we'll have the Lady Tigers. They are hosting their sub-state in 4A Division II tomorrow afternoon. Here's again, counterplay from right to left. Vetters breaking free, trying to get to the outside. He is going to get to the 5, to the goal line. Touchdown, Rock Creek. And so Rock Creek has scored here right before the end of the third. It makes it 36-13.
That just turned into a foot race, and he had a good angle to where it was tough for any of our speedsters to catch him. You know, if it was a longer field, maybe they would have, but he beat him to the pylon.
That's a sophomore, Tabor Vetter. They've got some really good athletes on this team, and they've been scary at times, and hopefully they don't get too scary for the Tigers tonight.
Yeah, they've got quick feet. They've got about 6 guys that really are skilled at, being quick. And so with their deceptive, who's got the ball type of offense, that's where they can pick up some of those yards.
Bryant Golden is a sophomore. He's their extra point kicker, and he's been good through the year. 22 to work third quarter. Tigers do lead 36-13. Here's the extra point try. And it is up on its way and good again. 36-14, Tigers lead big, but Rock Creek strikes here in the third. 22 seconds left, third quarter, when we come back.
When you grow corn or soybeans for a living, you're always looking for the latest advances to help your fields be more profitable. That's why it's time to turn to Channel. When you plant elite Channel seed products, you also get the services of your very own Channel seedsman. You see, your seedman works with you year-round to make the most of your operation.
For customized service, expert advice, and elite seed products, contact Colton with Frontier Ag Supply, 785-630-0596.
Hey, Marty at Bud's Tire Service here. Let's talk about that last word, service. We aren't just a tire shop. We can help with all your mechanical needs, like new motor and or transmission installs, brakes, alternators, water pumps, struts, shocks, you name it. We can also help trick your truck or car out with new grill guards, custom wheels, lifts, and a new set of tires. We can even help you out when it's time to grill that steak with a new Green Mountain pellet grill. Call 632-2135 or stop by 410 Court Street and let us help you with any of your needs. Good luck to all the tire athletes.
22 seconds remaining here in the third. Tigers do lead 36-14, but Rock Creek does drive it down the field and make a big score before the end of this third quarter. So we did hear a score on Smoky Valley. They're up big on Chapman, 30, I think almost identical score, 37-6, I believe was the score.
Yeah.
Smoky Valley leading. So Tigers still have some work to do, but kind of setting up for a district championship at home next year.
Yeah, very similar things going on in our district, so it's setting up for a good game next week.
Tigers will get the football back, 22 to work, third quarter. They are up 36-14. Tigers have Caleb Mindham back to receive deep, along with Dylan Moon and Jake Ferguson.
Rock Creek we had a penalty on the extra point. They get to kick off at the 45 instead of the 35, and they've got that wind to their back, so we'll see what they can do with this kick.
Tigers up 36-14. Here's the kickoff from Golden of Rock Creek. And they're going to angle it toward the goal line and then through the end zone and out of bounds, so the Tigers will take over at their own 20-yard line. By the way, Hunley's Garage big hitter of the game, we're going to go with special teams.
I like it.
40-plus yards on the kick by Connor Last. Boom's another one. He's averaging 40-plus a punt on the season at the high school level, and that was against the wind.
I know. That was amazing. He's been amazing all year, Last year he had a tough year with that broken collarbone and really messed up a junior season for that kid. But, boy, has he had a good season as a defensive back, as a receiver, as a punter.
Cooper Glavin in at quarterback. He hands off underneath. This is going to be Dylan Moon with the carry. He takes it out to the 25-yard line, maybe the 26, a gain of 6. So the Hundley's Garage Big Hitter Award, we're giving it to Boomer. Connor Last, who boomed one again, punting it against the wind, 40-plus yards. We're about to the end of the third, and that will close it out. 36-14, Tigers lead it. We're headed to the fourth. Here in Rock Creek, Tigers on top, 36-14.
Come to Robbins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Fiat for their summer clearance event going on now. Test drive a new 2017 Ram truck, the longest lasting truck in America, now priced to move with deep summer discounts and 0% for 72 months. Now is the time to buy. See the complete inventory online at robbinsmotors.com or stop by and see them on West Anderson in Manhattan. Robbins Motor Company is a proud supporter of Tiger football.
Clay Center Tiger football on KCLY is brought to you in part by Wilbur Ellis Reseed and Feed, Union State Bank, TSI Kansas Incorporated Clay Center, by Central Valley Ag, Walsh True Value Appliance and Lumber, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center of Manhattan, Crop Production Service of Clay Center, by Twin Valley, Midwest Regional Agency Jim Dearham, Subway of Clay Center, and Bud's Tire Service.
36-14, headed to the final 12 minutes. Tigers up here with that 36-14 lead, trying to go to 6-2, 2-0 more importantly in district play. I do have a couple of scores for you. Smoky Valley does lead Chapman after 3, 37-6. It is halftime score, 22-0 Hayes over Abilene. And how about this? Marysville 77-6 over Minneapolis. Here's the throw out right side. Cooper Glavin trying to hit on the outside his receiver, but it was just knocked out of the hands of, I think, Wyatt Alexander was trying to wrestle it away from the defender.
I think so. Man, he threw a bullet.
He did.
It's like a Brett Favre pass out there.
Also, McPherson, middle of the third, leads Wamego 40-0. Third down 4 for the Tigers. Just starting the fourth quarter, they lead 36-14. Here's Glavin. Late pitch, late left side. Minden breaks one tackle. Now tries to get to the outside. Stiff arms one guy. Still stays on his feet. Rolls forward. He has gotten first down yardage again. This guy is amazing when he gets out in open space. Just make people miss.
He really is. And I love watching him. He would not have gotten to open space if it weren't for number 35.
Imagine that. Huh?
He sprung him out there. I think he might have even been dropped for a loss. Siebold made a tremendous block out there, and it gave Caleb Mendham all the crease he needed.
Time and time again, Gavin Siebold, the ball hawk, makes those type of plays. Here's Glavin underneath handoff. Not much room to run inside. Whistle blows, a gain of maybe 3 on that first down carry. Dylan Moon again with the carry.
By golly, he did get 3, and it looked like nothing.
Yeah, I agree. Second and 7. Tigers out to their own 40-yard line. 11:28 to work. Fourth quarter, Tigers up 36-14. And I'm not looking to try to. First off, you need points, but it would be exciting for a team to score 40+ 3 straight weeks.
Well, I agree.
That has not happened for a long time.
I agree.
Glavin under center, turns right, hands off Dylan Moon, bounces off a tackler and drags the would-be tackler out to the 45-yard line. Dylan Moon was hit initially near the line of scrimmage. He just kind of bounced off. The guy grabbed a hold, and it was like pulling a train down the field. He just kind of took off and kept trenching forward.
What a great run, and you can't teach that very well either, because that tackler had to think, I made a heck of a stop here, and all of a sudden he's dragging him down 3 yards later.
So it's third down 2, 10.5 to work in the ball game. Tigers do lead 36-14. Glavin under center. Right side handoff, and Moon this time is hit and dropped. No chance for the first down. It'll be fourth down, still a couple of yards to go. Tigers from their own 46.
So are we going to go for it here, or are we going to see Boomer punt with the win? We're going to go for it.
At least line up initially to go for it. Maybe draw them off. Maybe just go quick and go. Cooper Glavin at 6'2", sophomore, but he's got that kind of stretch if they can give him some space. Hard count early. Rock Creek not jumping. Now the Tigers back off and then go back into play. And they will go for it, and there is the quarterback keep, and that is a 1st and 10 Tigers. Cooper Glavin, enough with that big electric company in front of him, making some room.
Tell you what, He didn't need a lot, but he got all he needed, you know, and that was a very athletic play to get that first down. It reminded me of, even though he doesn't run like him, remember all the times Colin Klein needed a first down, and he got just enough for the first down by picking where he needed to go, and that's what happened.
Knew where his face mask needed to land, right?
Yep.
First down, 10 Tigers. Clock ticks inside of 9.5 minutes here in the fourth, placing their lead 36-14. Glavin sends Ant to the right side. Motion Mindham. Underneath handoff, Dylan Moon again. And he will take it across the 50-yard line and gains almost 4 on the first down carry. Dylan Moon doing good work here.
He really is. Talk about making something out of nothing. Dylan's a little hobbled there. He was going to try to limp off the field, and now he's down.
It looked initially like maybe an ankle, and then I wondered if it was a cramp. But
yeah, it's more acting like a cramp now.
That's what I'm thinking now, which is good news. 9:07 to work, fourth quarter. Tigers do lead it here, 36-14.
We've turned into quite the doctors and trainers up here in the booth, haven't we?
I would think so sometimes. Yeah. He is able to walk off on his own, but obviously in some pain.
Get him some pickle juice.
A little mustard.
Yep.
Zach sitting next to us dealt with that. He is not excited. Yeah, no thank you. He gets down at 6 yards to go. Cooper Glavin, the quarterback. It was funny to watch. And we'll just talk. Zach's right here, but we'll talk about him, Chad, while you're sitting with me. I'll get to this in a moment. Second down, 6 yards to go. Glavin under center. And off left side, Levi Fitzenmeyer. First down yardage and a little bit more. He takes it to the Rock Creek 41-yard line. First down and 10, 8:40 to go in the ball game. It was funny to watch out on the field, and I know Ford the same way when those guys would cramp up. And Zach hated at the time mustard. And here they were with mustard pack bottles just squirting in his mouth. And then pickle juice. Who wants to drink pickle juice, right?
Right. The pickle juice wasn't as bad as mustard.
It was better. I knew you would say that.
2 weeks ago, we're at Abilene, and we're down at the concession stand before the game, and Coach J.D. Lane was over there talking to him, trying to get the pickle juice from him.
Here's Glavin right side, keeps it himself. Good yardage going forward. Wow. Down inside the 35-yard line. It brings up second down and short.
Cooper's feeling better. You can tell how he's running. You know, he was dinged up earlier in the year. He's running very well.
There was a big play last week that he was cleaned up in the backfield, passing downfield. And one of those plays where you're going, does he get back up and play anymore? And he bounced right back up and played. And he's had enough injuries that it's scary when you get hit and something gets jarred. And that was a big play, I thought, last week.
That's great.
Second down short, pitch out left. He's got Mindham and works off a blocker again. Now he's to the 20, to the 15, shoveled out of bounds. Caleb Mindham. I'm just impressed every time he touches the football.
I am, too. I am every time he gets to return a kick, you know. But there was one guy between him and the end zone, and if that sideline wouldn't have been there, that guy wouldn't have got it.
He reminds me of, if you remember, David Allen for the K-State Wildcats.
Absolutely.
One of the greatest return men that we've had, and he was a running back too. But if he gets a chance to return a punt or a kick, and there's two guys in the area, they won't get him. It'll be the next wave that ends up tackling him. First and 10 here, Tigers at the Rock Creek 17-yard line. Mindham in motion. Handoff underneath. Levi Fitzenmeyer. He runs right behind Jonathan Kramer-Rainbolt and dives inside the 15. He takes it near the 12. It'll be second down and 6 yards to go after a gain of 4.
You know, you remember the David Allen chant anytime he'd go back for a kick return or a punt return? I was talking to him one time, and he didn't even hear that.
Is that right?
Yeah, down on the field, he didn't even
He
hear
was
that.
an amazing return man. But Mindham has that same type of skills, abilities, vision, whatever it is. Second down 6, under 7 to work here in the fourth. Tigers up 36-14. Cooper Glavin goes in under center. Jake Ferguson, wing back left. Seabold right. Handoff underneath again, Levi Fitzenmeyer. And he just keeps driving the pile down forward. And look at his offensive linemen down in front of him. I love to see that. They're still hitting people down the field. Morgan Siebold, Gavin Ware out in front of that time.
That was a scrum that was getting pushed down the field.
Yes. Siebold now running at center instead of Garrett Craig. The Tigers, for the third straight week, getting some guys in on the field. Not as many as the last couple, but continuing to get people out on the field.
Yeah.
Gain that depth, that tradition that Coach Rice keeps talking about for the years ahead.
You got to do it.
Lavin with Ferguson in motion. And late decision, the ball comes out. They'll say that Fitzenmeyer was down. Cooper Glavin and Levi Fitzenmeyer couldn't decide who was going to keep the football.
Yeah, it was Cooper was trying to pull it out late, and there were about two Black jerseys, Rock Creek jerseys in there making the tackle while he was trying to pull it out. Right. Fortunately for the Tigers, the ball's called down.
Hayes, by the way, leads Abilene 36-0. Colby leads Concordia now 26-8. They're just starting that fourth quarter out at Colby. 5.5 to work in the ball game here at Rock Creek. Tigers up 36-14 as they go in under center. Glavin, left side handoff, Fitzenmeyer. And on second down and goal, they get it inside the 5, down near the 3.
I think it'd be fair to call that last play a debacle on the handoff or the read or the pull. We didn't even lose any yards on that. Right. We could have lost the ball, right? And Rock Creek had picked up the ball and was headed to the other end. The officials pointing at the ground saying they're down, and so it was second and goal from the 5. Now we're looking at third and goal from the 3.
And Cooper does a tremendous job of reading. We've talked about this before.
Yep.
That last play after the debacle you talked about,
yep,
it was a straight handoff to Levi Fitzenmeyer. Third down goal. And this time a carry underneath again. It'll bring up fourth down with 4.5 to work. The football is inside the 1-yard line. So Levi Fitzenmeyer getting the carry underneath. Fourth down and goal inside the 1. Wow. Clock ticking. It's 4:23 left. 36-14. Tigers with the lead.
I'm real sure that if we were 5, 6, 7 yards back, we'd practice our field goal.
I think so.
But we want to get this punched in.
And let the clock tick a little bit further. In fact, they may take a timeout the way they're looking at the sideline. 4:02 left in the game. And there is that timeout. We'll take a break here as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Take action now for a successful crop next year. At Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed, we're ready to help you plan for next season's weed control, moisture conservation, and fertilizer needs. For your plan, we'll utilize soil testing and variable seeding rates to come up with site-specific fertilizer and seed systems. Now is a good time to establish your fertilizer and chemical program for productive crops in 2015. Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed and Feed. We offer customized solutions to help your crop thrive.
The Citizens National Bank is a proud supporter of our community, and we take great pride in being part of the Tiger family. CNB's newest product is the Instant Issue Debit Card featuring Tiger Stripes. Stop by the Citizens National Bank and get your Tiger Stripe debit card at a free or reduced price. We encourage you to support our local students, whether it's on the field, on the court, or in the classroom. Good luck, Tigers. From the Citizens National Bank, member FDIC. Offer expires 10/31/2017.
36-14, Tigers up 3:58 to work here in this fourth quarter. Again, tomorrow, regional cross country. Reports start at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then we'll also have Tiger volleyball along with a Wildcat Saturday, so a big weekend coming up. Tigers have it 4th and goal inside the 1. Cooper Glavin, right side. He hands off Levi Fitzenmeyer. Touchdown, Tigers. Touchdown, place-hitter Tigers. Levi Fitzenmeyer takes it in to the goal line.
I honestly think most of us would have been amazed if it would have been any play other than that, right? But the Bull got it in.
3:55 to work. Now the Tigers have scored for the third straight week, 40-plus points. That's awesome. It's big numbers.
It is
to
big
throw
numbers.
up. 42-14 with the 2-point conversion upcoming, or I think the 2-point conversion is what they'll go with.
Well, and another thing is we're getting more than 40 points, and these points are not all being scored by the starters.
Good point, too. Yeah, no, that's an excellent point. Cooper Glavin, left side, pitches late. Ball is scooped up, picked up. Jake Ferguson stays on his feet. 2-point conversion. Jake Ferguson, Evil Knievel, takes it in, and he picks it up off a bobble off the ground. That's almost a scoop and score.
It's a bobble behind him. You know, he had to go back to his back shoulder. He's running not towards the end zone to scoop that up. And, you know, he should get 3 points for that, not 2. I mean, that was
amazing play. First off, just to get the football.
Yeah.
And then to have the presence of mind and where you're at to turn the corner and get to the pylon and dive ahead and score it.
Well, if that's not a 2-point conversion, all you do is dive on that ball. You don't try to be a hero, but this is an extra point. You know, it's one play and you're done, so he had to do all he could. He got it done.
Jake Ferguson, 2-point conversion, 3:55 to work. Tigers lead at 44-14 when we come back.
Great taste, fresh ingredients, lots of menu choices, all made to order with fast and friendly service. It all adds up to Subway, the one place where you can build your own meal exactly the way you like it. Subway in Clay Center is proud to sponsor CCCHS athletes, and whether you're heading to the game or getting ready to hit the road for home, the crew at Subway looks forward to seeing and serving you. Tiger fans and Subway, a winning combination.
44-14, Jake Ferguson, big 2-point conversion after the run-in by Levi Fitzemeyer with 3:55 to go in the ballgame. Tigers now lead at 44-14, and will kick it off once again. And Tigers now set for a district championship game. That's what it boils down to. Smoky Valley Clay Center will play for a home playoff game next Friday night. It's senior night in the Den. What a fun Friday night of football that'll be.
Yeah, we only had 4 home games this year, and we had to make them all count. We boiled down to the 9th game of the season, senior night and district championship.
Here's Fitzemeyer, the kickoff, the return by Martin out across the 30, 35, near the 40, then knocked out of bounds by the Tigers there on the sideline. Trevin Shirley with the play, along with Clay Center's Caden Kramer that time. Well, the Debenham electrifying play of the game, we had a couple of ideas through the ball game, and Jake Ferguson steps up and does that.
He steps up and took it away.
What an amazing play. The pitch out, it was behind him. It bounced off the turf.
Yep.
He scoops it, looks up and says, I can still make the corner on a 2-point conversion, then finds the pylon and takes it in.
They take the snap for that at the 3-yard line. He's probably scooping that up at the 7 or 8.
I agree, yeah, no doubt. Here's a handoff underneath the better. And Levi Fitzemeyer on the tackle. Also underneath is Logan McDonald on the play. And not much there, maybe a gain of 1 or 2, second down and long. So the Debenham electrifying play of the game, Jake Evil Knievel Ferguson, the scoop and score on an offensive play.
Yeah.
Don't hear that often. But it was a tremendous play on a 2-point conversion. Second down and 8 for Rock Creek. And it will be kept by the quarterback, and there is nothing there. I mean, nothing there. And he's still trying to fight forward, but taken backward by the Tiger defensive line. Gunny Mullen, Jake Ferguson, Levi Fitzenmeyer. I mean, a whole team of Tigers making that play. 2:54 to work here in the ball game. Tigers up 44-14. Third down long. Rock Creek from their own 42-yard line. Tigers are going to go to 6-2, 2-0 in league play, and a matchup with Smoky Valley next Friday night at home. Handoff Martin left side, and he will pull it forward. Mullen trying to get the strip away. They whistle it dead before he can wrestle it out of his hands. It's a gain of maybe 6. It brings up 4th down. 2:20 remains, 4th quarter. Tigers host Smoky Valley a week from tonight in the Den, senior night, and a district championship will be on the line. Smoky Valley State ranked this year, winning big over Chapman at last check. We have a couple more scores I'll pass along. Final Riley County 21-0 over, or 12-0 over Beloit. So Riley County set up for a district championship game next Friday against the Marysville Bulldogs. That will be a fun matchup. Falcons and Bulldogs, both teams will be 7-1 coming in.
Connor Last just made the tackle on the sideline here on Rock Creek, and they did get just enough for the first down to move the chains. But if you know Connor Last, if you've been around him, he's not a real intimidating person. Boy, he made an intimidating tackle.
Counter play from right to left. Tackle inside, this time by Dawson Humphrey. Great tackle, in fact, finding who had the football to begin with, and then going down low to make the tackle with 1:43 to work. And Connor Last, he's a pretty laid-back dude for a guy named Boomer. Now that I just named him, but
there's not a lot to him physically.
2nd down and 5 to go.
But boy, he can
run from left to right this time. Tackle made again by Dawson Humphrey. Jake Ferguson on the play. Levi Fitzenmeyer in there defensively. And the clock ticks toward 1 minute left. 1:17. The Tigers on top, 44-14. Another impressive performance for the Tigers. You know, week 1 against Phillipsburg, a lot of people were going, ooh.
I know.
What's this year going to be like?
Yep.
Here's Rock Creek again, trying to go outside. They cut up the field. Tackle made by Caleb Mindham. Jake Ferguson downfield.
Boy, I thought he hit the seam there.
He kind of did. The Tigers just had a way to keep him from going to the distance. But after that week 1 loss to Phillipsburg, who is a very quality team, then you get on a roll. Then you cough it up 5 times against Marysville.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
Now you got things working again. So it's an impressive year for the Tigers.
It's fun.
Carry right side. Tackle is going to be made by, get you a number in there for the Tigers. There's a big-time tackle by Keegan McDonald. Is that right?
Dalton Brumfield, I think.
Dalton Brumfield on the play as well. 40 seconds left. Timeout on the field. We'll break here as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Central Valley Ag suggests before you put your next crop in the ground, put the full precision ag package to work for you. Field Reveal, a powerful, innovative software platform combined with the 4-step Central Valley Ag Advanced Profit System. You and your CVA field sales agronomist will put together seed selections, then use season-long field management to maximize your yield and profit. Get in touch with your nearest Central Valley Ag branch or go to cvacoop.com. Learn all about Field Reveal before you make plans for the next growing season.
Hi, this is State Farm Agent Dave Borgerding. I'd like to take a moment to thank the Clay Center community. September marks 3 years since I moved my family to become a State Farm Agent at Clay Center. My team and I have had a lot of success growing our agency, but more importantly, my wife and kids have made friends, and the kids attend great schools. So to everyone in the Clay Center community, whether you're a State Farm customer or not, I appreciate welcoming my family into this wonderful community. If you need a good neighbor, drop by my State Farm agency downtown or call 632-5642.
Rock Creek with it, 2nd down and long. Throw to the right side. Vetter turns back inside, and then is sandwiched. Dawson Humphrey along with Gunny Mullen, and then Garrett Craig also on the play, and that'll be bring it 3rd down and long. And a timeout again taken by Rock Creek with 27 seconds left to play. We'll break as well. Tiger Football here on KCLY continues next.
When you need paint, you need Wallace True Value. We have the experience, knowledge, and quality products to make your paint project a beautiful success. Prepping your surface is vital to your finish, so stop in and see our tools, backlink, wallboard compound, sheetrock, lumber, and more while you choose your striking colors from our Beauty by Design portfolio. Easy color paint, walls invaluable assistance, and great knowledge 7 days a week in beautiful downtown Clay Center.
Why do we love family? Maybe it's because family's always there for us, supporting us, strengthening us. At the Certified Angus Beef brand, we are family. Family ranchers, dedicated to raising beef of the very highest standards. Standards even USDA Prime doesn't have to meet. Because at the Certified Angus Beef brand, we're family. And that's what family does. Makes everything just a little bit better.
Now available at your local Ray's Apple Market. Certified Angus beef, where more marbling makes the difference.
A couple of scores to pass along before we get back to the action. It is Smoky Valley over Chapman 46-12, so it does set up a district championship game next week. Colby leads Concordia 32-14, 5:38 to work. Concordia trying to make a move there. Here's Gunsworth back to pass down near the goal line. That should be offensive interference. Great position by Caleb Mindham.
as Vetter had to wrestle him down, or that's an interception for the Tigers.
Yeah, it didn't take long for the official to throw the yellow flag, and surely they will call it offensive.
2 more scores to pass along. Hayes over Abilene. It's a 36-0 final, and running clock. Wamego trailing McPherson 47-0. So we'll sort out the penalty flag here. Rock Creek will keep the football. It'll be 3rd and longer. So 3rd down, and they move it from the line of scrimmage back 15 yards.
Yep.
So 3rd down and long with 21 seconds left. Tigers on their way to their 6th win of the season. They'll go to 6-2 and get ready for a district championship game a week from tonight in the Den. Finally back at home, they host Smoky Valley on senior night. There is a counter play again, Vetter right side, and he'll be tackled at the 30. That could be the final play of the game unless Rock Creek burns into the timeout. It does not appear they will. That should wrap it up. Tigers are going to be 6-2, 2-0 in district play, a 44-14 final. Tigers win it on the road here in Rock Creek. Stay tuned. Postgame is coming up next.
Place your order now for next spring's crops and save a bundle. Count on Crop Production Services of Clay Center for the best quality corn and soybean seed. Their proven brands include DeKalb, Asgrow, Dynagrow, Producers Hybrids, and LG. If you order now, you can take advantage of early cash and volume discounts, and they also have financing available. The agronomists at CPS stay current on the ever-changing field of seed technology, so they can provide well-informed advice to help increase your productivity.
In this risky market, does your farm have the protection it needs? Farmers Union Insurance is committed to providing our farm families with complete insurance solutions for every operation, large or small. We have products to cover everything from crops to combines, homes to barns, autos to auto steer and your tractors. Our products will help manage your risk and keep you protected from the unknown. Give me, Jim Gearhan, a call at 632-3264 or stop by our office at 426 Lincoln Avenue in downtown Clay Center. We are proud to support the Tiger Athletics.
Welcome back on our postgame here from Rock Creek. Postgame being brought to you by B&D Seamless Gutters, Homestead Real Estate, Clay Center, Clay County National Bank, and Cloud County Community College. Clay Center Tigers win it here on a football Friday. 44-14 is your final, and it's a good win always in high school football, but 3 straight weeks you go on the road, and you put 40-plus up and you own the game.
That's a great point. All 3 of those games over 40 were on the road, and it wasn't controlled completely by the Tigers from start to finish in all 3 of those games.
Yeah, it's 44-14. The Tigers got out early, 3-play drive to start, boom, 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 you're in. And then they just kind of settled in, and the line of scrimmage, we all know, is where the game is won and lost. Yep. And for the past 3 games, and probably, not probably, but definitely the 6 games the Tigers have won, they've owned the line of scrimmage.
You're absolutely right. You know, the work's been getting done up there, you know, in the trenches. And when you talk about owning the line of scrimmage, lots of times you're just thinking about offense, but we have done so on both, you know, in all those games you're talking about. Defense as well. It all has to start up there. It doesn't always get done, you know, but it all has to start up there. That we've had some nice success. This unit has turned into a nice team, a really good team.
Yeah, fun. It is a team. Yep. Coach Rice talked about it this week on the locker room show and in pregame. He said they don't care about who's getting stats.
Yep.
It's about winning football games, and you love that as a coach.
Oh, you love it, and you want that, and you strive for that, but you can't control individual personalities and what will happen in different years. And sometimes a team gels and develops, sometimes it doesn't. But this group of young men out there has gelled into, I'd say over the last 5-6 weeks, and I'll even throw that Marysville loss in there. They've gelled into a great team.
Yeah, it's kind of better and better and better
every week.
Zach, we talked about the line of scrimmage, owning it. Numbers back that up.
Oh, yeah, it was another great game. Clay Center almost had 300 yards rushing, 327 total to Rock Creek's 196. Mendham got over the century mark rushing.
Nice.
How about this? 6 out of 6 on 4th down.
That's huge.
Wow.
And especially early when you're trying to establish the game. I know 3 of 3 or 4 early in the first half. 6 of 6 for the fourth down. Wow.
That'd be a stat of the game anytime.
Yeah.
We'd already given the stat of the game to the fact that Rock Creek had 0 yards in the first quarter. Either of those are phenomenal, but you don't see 6 of 6 on fourth down.
No, that's a great stat. And a great game for the Tigers. They win it here. 44-14 is your final. It's a district championship game. It's a chance to host a playoff game. You're going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's now known.
We already know we're playing the following week.
And it sounds like Nickerson or Wichita Collegiate will be the other 2 teams in the other district. So you either host one at home or go to the other. So that's what's on the line coming up next Friday. It'll be a fun time at the Den.
And that's a big deal.
It is.
It's a big deal to play at Clay Center.
Yeah, it'll be very big. And last year we had chances at Smoky Valley, and then weird things happened. Now we bring them into the Den. We'll see what happens. I'm excited already for that football Friday night in Clay Center next Friday. For our studio engineer, Bernie Fanzella, Zach Elzinga, Z-Dog, great work again. Chet Carlson, as always, Randy, we appreciate it. Rocky Downing telling you to enjoy the rest of your Football Friday.